Good morning or afternoon, I guess, whichever one you consider. Hi, everybody. How is it going? I have been not feeling good. I think that my workout from yesterday at physical therapy after not going for a while might have worn me out. At least I hope. I hope. It's always like hard to tell, like, is your back hurting because you worked out, or is your back hurting because it just does that all the time, no matter what, every single day anyway? But I just kept having to delay the stream, and I ended up not being able to get as much rest as I wanted to because I had to do like work, like actual work at the computer, and that was very time consuming. And before I knew it, I realized that I just wasn't resting. So I ended up taking 2 Advil to try to get me through this. I know people always say like, oh, if you're not feeling good, just don't stream. It's like, I want to stream. I'm bored if I don't. I need to do something. But yesterday we had a really nice collab with Lobotomy. I wasn't able to go very long because my throat was just getting so hoarse, and as I said, my back has been just a big problem. I'm not at my full potential yet. When I was doing 10-hour streams every single day, that was sick. That was awesome. I would love to get back to that, but it might take a little bit of time to do that. I'm at my stand-in desk right now, so even if I hadn't taken my Advil, I'd be okay. But I am sorry how much I have to whine about that, but that usually is what puts a damper on my plans. But wasn't able to catch up with you guys too intimately because, you know, we wanted to obviously yap with Lobotomy Bunny, and it was really, really fun playing Peak. But man, that was the hardest seed that we've ever dealt with. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on, but even the first biome was kind of a pain. Normally I'm able to get at least to the last biome. This time though, and Lobotomy is really good too, but I feel like she's struggling a little bit as well. It was too rough. It was absolutely too rough. Slept for 12 hours, woke up like an hour ago. I wish I slept for 12 hours. Ugh. But my throat is still kind of affecting me today. I'm almost wanting to use this as a wake-up call to try to train myself to not scream, but how do you do that when you've trained yourself in a way? Well, I wouldn't say train exactly. It's not like I forced myself to be this way, but when you're used to allowing yourself to scream and get excitable whenever you're like with people and chilling and having fun, how do you unlearn that? It's like every time this happens, I'm like, oh yeah, I really need to stop screaming. I don't like doing it, but it feels so involuntary and natural. I have to, like, it's like learned behavior that I have to unlearn, I guess. But I don't know, it's just weird. Whenever you're letting loose and you're having fun and you're comfortable with somebody, you're kind of like more likely to just default to like your max social mode, and that is my max social mode. It's very difficult to tap into it. I can't relate it, or I can't reach it with everybody or every situation, you know what I mean? I would never do that in real life. Well, there's nothing in real life that's exciting to scream over, I guess. In video games there are, but not in real life. Like, for example, the only thing I could think of is, like, I guess if you're going down a roller coaster, some people like to scream. I've never done that. I've always just been quiet. What do you gotta say? Hey, what the hell? I know what that is, Keen. You can't bring that up right now. You're naughty. Know exactly what that is. He wants to give me the pumpkin ball gag so I'd be quiet. But you guys came here to listen to me, right? So you guys want to hear what I have to say, and I certainly do have a few things to say. Also, hello Cassiel and Bloodshadow. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're having a good night. Or morning. Or whatever. Is Is there an in real life problem with you script? Well, I mean, obviously I can get in trouble for like waking people up, but the main issue is just that it hurts my throat very, very badly, and my throat health is not good enough to begin with. Even though I've been eating pretty good. Speaking of eating, I went to the grocery store finally. I feel like I haven't really done a actual trip to the grocery store in a few weeks, but got a shit ton of like kind of mostly healthy stuff. I should have gotten yogurt. Completely forgot about that. But got stuff like granola. The one that I got was cool. It's granola mixed with dark chocolate. And it's not like dark chocolate pieces. It's all grounded together. And you know, it's a bit of sugar, but it's dark chocolate. It's not as much sugar as like getting normal milk chocolate, right? And it's pretty good actually. And then got a lot of fruit. Oh my god, the honeydew was perfect. Watermelon was mid. Watermelon, there's like multiple ways you could get watermelon. The worst is whenever you get the bad texture. If it's bad texture, it just sucks. If it's sweet enough, I guess it can be okay. But second best is whenever the texture is really good, but it's not that sweet. But obviously the best is when it's both amazing texture and amazing sweetness. But I can eat it. Just trying to get a little bit of something more healthy in my diet. But I feel like I've been eating healthier than normal. I've been good. Actually, I did lose weight. Or at least I could visually tell. But I got that skinny fat. Tell you what, I don't be working out. I should. Oh, right. And. This is the craziest thing. This is not the first time this has happened. So, a long time ago, I saw yellow watermelon. And I got excited. I'm like, oh my god, what does that taste like? Bad. It tastes like, what if you took watermelon and took all the sugar out? Now, does that mean that's what all yellow watermelon tastes like? I don't know. Could have gotten a bad batch. No different than if you get like a normal version of a fruit and how it tastes different every single time. But this time, I saw pink pineapple. And I was ecstatic. I'm like, maybe this is some gimmick. Maybe they poured strawberry juice in there to get it to absorb. Although, technically, if you it would only have a nice pink hue if it was really, really desaturated pineapple to where it's kind of white, and then you mix it with the red, then it could be kind of pink. Oh, hi, thank you for the sub. Thank you. But this didn't actually look like yellow pineapple combined with strawberry, so it had to be just some kind of species or something. But it was kind of the similar deal with the yellow watermelon. It just tastes like a less sweet version of the normal thing, and that fucking sucks, man. But oh my god, you know what the most exciting thing is ever? Do you ever go to the produce section of the grocery store and you're looking at all the apples and you're like, oh my god, all of them are good. I don't have to like feel like I'm shifting through and have to analyze each one and putting so many down and then picking another one up and putting that down. And, you know, it just feels like everyone you pick is a banger. And I got a shit ton of them. And they're all polished looking too, which doesn't make them taste better, but I appreciate the effort. Shiny makes me think that it will be good. Have you ever tried a yellow snow cone? No. I will not. Wait, do you mean like, are we making a pee joke, or do you mean like actual yellow snow cones? I love snow cones, real ones. There's two types of them you can get. One is when the ice is really, really soft. The other is when the ice is a bunch of little ice beads stuck together. That version is what you would usually get at ice truck machines, ice truck cars, ice cream trucks. That's it. Ice cream trucks. Vanilla snow cone. I've never had a vanilla snow cone. It's a pee. I will not devour that. I've never actually seen dog pee on snow. I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know if it was the same, but the pink glow pineapple is a genetically engineered fruit developed by Fresh Del Monte or Mont, featuring pink flesh and a sweeter, less acidic taste. Oh. Ooh, that might be good for me then, but the downside is this is like a gimmick and it's probably never going to show up ever again. Like, at least at where I shop, you know? But every now and then... Yeah, you know what? I stand by that because I don't feel like I've ever seen another yellow watermelon. Alternate hair? Shit, I was all decked out for you guys. Alright, let's do this one. Braids? Yeah, because we're going to be frolicking. Also, I thought about taking off my hat, but I feel so vulnerable without it. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. I got a whole list of things that I want to get to. But you reminded me of something else, something that maybe had nothing to do with anything. Oh, I know. It was never mind. I was gonna say something that I forgot, and then I remembered. So. The rigging process on my winter costumes has officially started. There's been a lot of delays, but I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to debut them in winter, and it's looking so cute. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to see, and that's supposedly my last planned costume, at least for these, I think. We'll just have to see. But oh my god, I can't wait. Okay, and then also, let me see. I did do a new art, a new illustration. I showed you guys if you guys came for the collab, but I do understand that a lot of people don't prefer to tune in for collabs. They kind of want to have like their solo time with the streamer, or it's just depending on what kind of game. Not everybody wants to watch like friend swap type stuff. So I'll go ahead and re-show my new lobotomy bunny illustration. I just felt like doodling, and I always like what's the term? I always like drawing lobotomy bunny, and since it's been a while, I figured it was time. So I just kind of dicked around. I wanted to kind of exaggerate her features and go really stylized, and I always like square kind of hair. I've always liked it because of Pirika/Pilika from Shaman King, so I'm just kind of gonna do that. And then I poured vomit all over her and destroyed her beautiful cute dress, and then I wanted to give her a big giant nail that goes through her little guy and her head. I feel like the bigger the nail, the better. But she seemed to like this, and I'm happy. Also, I bullshitted the background. Instead of it being like a white background, I'm like, I'll just do like a plaid pattern. How about that? Like, it's not overly intrusive, and it's enough to give a little bit of a visual busyness. Sometimes that's all you really need. Like, there's nothing wrong with a white background, but there could be a little insecurity where you're like, am I even trying? Like, you know, one thing that I like to do when I don't know what to do is do grid backgrounds. Grid backgrounds, but have it be kind of like faded out to where it's not like pure black lines, but a little bit of blue. Also, hello, Riot. Hi. I think you said hi earlier. I think a lot of people said hi earlier. Okay. All right, let me take a break, and I will check out what you guys are saying. Are you allergic to spring and you drink a cup of tea to calm your throat? I'm not allergic, for the most part. The only thing that I may be allergic to would be inherited from my parents. One of them is being allergic to dust. As stupid as that is, that's a thing. My dad's allergic to dust. He went and got officially diagnosed about it. Did some tests or whatever, because he was trying to figure out why he always had such bad sinus issues. And I'll tell you what, that's not the only reason why. It's like complicated, man. But that, and my mom is allergic to like stuff like bees. I never said hi to you. I think you should punish me, but not like erotically, like kind of like maliciously and cruelly, because we gotta have like real punishments going around. Hi, Kama. But no, nothing really helps my throat. Although you mentioned tea, I did have some tea. I think it's called Oblong, and I remember being confused because the description mentioned chocolate, and I'm like, oh, is there chocolate? And the barista tried to explain it and say, well, it's not really chocolate. It's kind of like a weird like description they give things for the sake of it or something like that. Mina would be able to explain it better, I'm sure. Also, get back up. Literally was at the grocery store today. I wanted to buy yogurt, only remembered you said it now, and it's a holiday tomorrow. Nothing opens. What's tomorrow? Today is April 2nd. April 2nd. I don't see anything happening. Holiday. Oh, wait. World Autism Awareness Day and International Children's Book Day? Unless it's a holiday in another country, which I should remember that there's more countries than America. As an American, I often forget that. My apologies. But I wish I got some yogurt. That's apparently got good probiotics. I just don't eat it enough. And maybe I make it too sweet. I admit that whenever I get yogurt, I don't tend to go for Greek yogurt. I go for yogurt that has vanilla blended into it, and then I sweeten it up with I think there's like jam you can get, and then there's preserves, I think, where it's more blended up. I think. Don't quote me. Allergic to dust is like being stuck in the house in a desert. Kinda. Sorta. There is a lot of dust in my room. Even though I dusted recently, it's probably accumulated it all back. Oh, speaking of my room, I wish that I had waited before I did the video tour and photos of my room, but I hated the fact that I always had to hide my Stars replica airsoft, like my Stars Beretta replica airsoft, in a, how do I say it? It's tucked behind my bookshelf because I don't have any room for it, and I always hated that. So I thought, wait, why don't I buy one of those wall displays for a gun? And then I can display it finally, and people will know I even have it. But I'll show you old photos that I have of it. These are like really old photos that I took when I initially got it. And I was lucky I got it without the yellow tip. Because I will warn you, if you go on eBay or a site, any site, and you order this thing, there is a dice roll chance that it will have the orange tip. It's supposed to, you know, for safety reasons. I think that it can either be painted on or it can be something that's mounted on that you can kind of like screw off, I think, but it's complicated. But I was lucky and I didn't have to deal with that. But this is what it looks like. It's so beautiful. It's a nice box, but I kind of wish that it was, you know how guns will have like they're even like a thing in like Resident Evil. You'll find a plastic case with a handle built into it, and the gun will be inside that. I wish that's how they packaged it, but this is just a cardboard box with a cover that you slide off. And then the inside looks like this. And this is Tokyo Marui. Capcom likes to work with Tokyo Marui a lot, and Tokyo Marui's guns apparently appear in lots of movies. And I've always figured that Capcom probably seeks out Tokyo Marui for like references, gun knowledge, or whatever whenever they're making their games. But I've never shot it because like I'm a LARPer. I just want to own the pretty plastic and I want to display it. I like it because it's a video game. And there's other Resident Evil ones. Like, the other one that I wish I could get is, like, they did one for Resident Evil 2, like, classic Resident Evil 2. I just don't remember what the gun was. But the box is really cool for it because it has screenshots of the game. And it's really quaint to have a nice packaging box, and there's little screenshots of the opening, like, level of Resident Evil 2, where it's, like, you know, all pixelated and fire and blood and zombies everywhere. When did you pick up LARP as slang? It's a popular slang. Everybody says it. I adapt. There's some things that I conform to. I love conforming. When I don't conform, I'm just kind of cunty and alone. Similar to, like, how I am about April Fool's Day. But you know what? I was being so narrow-minded. I know, I was already apologizing yesterday. Because Lobotomy kind of reminded me that there's cute things that people do for, April Fool's Day. And I did kind of know that because Pecora does the cute stuff with her mom on that day. But whenever I think of April Fool's Day, I usually think of people intentionally lying to people. And I even saw it. I saw it today where somebody's like, oh my god, you guys, they shadow dropped Resident Evil Gaiden on Switch. And it's like, okay. No, they're not going to shadow drop Gaiden on anything. But you say Switch because you're trying to make it obvious that it's a joke, but it's not really funny. It's just annoying. And then other people mention that there's lots of like fake graduations that people do and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm really cynical when it comes to humor. I like some and then I hate the other. Also, hello Strato. Hi. I read LARP elsewhere now, but I heard it from you first. Really? So I'm in... Well, you're older than me, so technically I'm like a baby to you, and I can teach you... I could teach you the hip young language, but don't worry, I'm still kind of old myself, because I don't even know who really created the backrooms. Lobotomy was talking about them, and I couldn't understand, like, she was saying a name, but I didn't know what she was saying, and I'm like, oh, who's that? And she's like, oh, he invented the backrooms. I'm like, oh. And I ended up watching some of, his videos last night, and they are pretty cool. I felt like they really nailed like that vibe, and I could see why like everybody took inspo from them. It's really cool. I need to watch more. He's done a lot of these videos. You're no longer permabanned? Oh my god, you actually got unbanned? That's actually easier for me because then I don't have to remember your new identity. It must have just been a mistake, or it was a temporary punishment because you're a little bit, like, naughty. Yeah, the old word was poser. We used to say poser if you're somebody who pretends to like something, or you get invested in something but you don't invest hard enough to where you ever become educated in a single way, if that makes sense. But now we call it LARP, and I think it's kind of funny, because people don't, for the most part, I don't think people even use LARP to refer to live action roleplay, because I don't even know if a lot of young people know that's a thing, live action roleplay. I don't think it's as popular as it used to be, so I don't know. I mean, words meaning changes, definitions broaden, or, you know, they just repurpose words to mean different things. It's kind of common. That's just human language. But as I always say, we are kind of nice to LARPers here, because I am a LARPer about a few things too. And I remembered, I don't remember why we started talking about Warhammer, but I'm a Warhammer LARPer. And why that's a good thing, and I'm gonna write an article, a journalist article about that, and hope that nobody's mean about that. But no, I'm a Mega Man LARPer and a Warhammer LARPer. I mean, I'll dabble in the games or whatever, but I'm never gonna be as versed in them as, like, Resident Evil. But it's funny how, maybe I'm in a bubble, but it seems that the LARPer term being thrown around, and like this whole discourse about people not actually playing the games they claim to like, it seems to be centered around the Resident Evil fandom specifically, which is kind of funny. And it's always funny seeing the people who are the LARPers, the people who, you know, like, that are being targeted, or deservedly or not, they always have modern Resident Evil profile pictures. It's always like modern Jill or something. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it'll be like maybe RE1 Remake Jill at least. Gonna get lunch? Okay, have a good lunch. Speaking of lunch, I wanted to go to the Asian market, but I think that it's closed down. It's such a bummer. I was really sad because I was wanting to get like some cool niche stuff, and I know you can research online things to buy, or buy stuff online, but you have to research the stuff, whereas if you go in a store, you could just walk around and window shop. It's just easier because everything is within your grasp. Old man at heart and do not like change for its own sake. I'm like that about some things, maybe. Are you going to write that article to go hand in hand with the article about you don't need to read comics to be a comic book fan? Yeah. I'm gonna make an accessory post to that. I feel like I would need to read that article, because when it comes to comic books, they've evolved way past just being comic books. They have so many different types of adaptations. They have games, they have movies, they have animations. I will say that I am a pretty decent fan of animated comic book shit. Like, I love animated cape shit, but I don't fuck with live action cape shit as much, and I don't fuck with comic books as much. Too overwhelming, and I think I'd rather just read manga if I'm going to read. And I've been enjoying my time with Invincible, but with an asterisk of I don't care about any of the romance at all. I'm gonna keep mentioning that. Does that make me a LARPer? Do you really like Invincible if you don't like the romance? You don't like a core feature of it? Yeah, I guess so. Probably. But I can't help it. But I am romancing a guy from Invincible. His name is Conquest. He's fantastic. Great type of character. I really love masculine brain character, warrior who just wants to fight. And if you add a little bit of like psychopathy, sociopathy to them, chef's kiss. They don't have to be, but when they are, I do feel that makes them better. And you could tweak it. You can have them be ultra sociopath or slight sociopath. And I feel like he's got a great balance of being full sociopath. Hi, Eagle. Hello. Thank you for the raid. We're talking about Conquest, my husband from Invincible. I think he dies. I think so. He probably dies. Romance seems to always be shoehorned into superhero stuff. Reminds me of Greek demigod stories always fucking around. I think it's because romance and sexuality is such a huge integral part of being human. And I know there's lots of asexuals and this and that, but in terms of, I guess, the majority of people, it seems that love, romance, sex, or not sex, seems to just be important. And superheroes, I think how they say it is, superheroes, I guess, used to be a little bit one note, and then they realized what they should do is they should make superheroes feel more like humans, give them dramas, give them struggles. And actually, even before that, I think they would just have romances. But then I think whenever they decided to try to make things more drama-y and more interesting, I think the romance started becoming more complex. But I wouldn't say it's shoehorns. I think that's just the way it is. I guess to humanize these godlike beings, that's understandable. Exactly. I can't believe living beings center their media around one of the core aspects of life. It just... I think it mainly sucks if you just don't get invested in the romances. And I'll say, I'm not interested in most of them, but I'll admit there is one I'm interested in. And it might have to do with their age, but I do like Debbie and Omni-Man's thing, because they're like old-ass people, whereas I'm just not interested in Mark and Eve or Amber and their awkward, like, young romance and seeing them be lovey-dovey and awkward with each other. Like, I do think that, that Mark and Eve make a great pairing. Like, I did want them to get together, but it doesn't mean I want to, like, sit on their scenes much. I kind of prefer the fighting and the dying. I like that stuff way more. That's just kind of how I work. I can get invested in a romance. It just really depends on what it's like. And I do struggle with vanilla, which you would think would make me like Amber and Mark, right? But they are vanilla. It's just that they had compatibility issues. So yeah, never mind. I am consistent, I think. I don't like Amber and Mark because it's kind of boring. She's a bitch, but not like a fun psychopathy yandere kind or something. I don't know. She's just realistic bitch. Sucks. She's really cute though. Also, if you guys have to head out, I forgive you. We're just shooting the shit a little bit. And don't worry, I promise, if anybody doesn't give a shit about Invincible and wants me to get to Resident Evil, I swear I'm intending to get to it. I got my whole list of stuff to talk about. Why do folks still call Nolan Omni-Man when he's no longer a superhero? Because I am a fake fan and I just read this all on Wikipedia. I haven't watched a single goddamn episode. I'm just joking. Because I sometimes forget his name is Nolan. Omni-Man is such a cool name, though. Amber is just horrible rags on Mark for skipping soup, whatever soup is, when she knew he was invincible. Yeah, because she ragged on... I wasn't able to remember how the scene went, everything that was said and all the context, so I can't more closely commentate on it as well as I could have when I first watched it. But I do just remember feeling like the writers thought they were being clever, like they were, what's the term? What is the term when you subvert things? I think it's subvert things. By being like, oh, actually, no, Amber's mad and already even knew he was a hero. But I don't feel like it worked as well as they hoped they did. And I think that's why a lot of people really hate Amber, because it didn't work. Subverting the audience expectations. Yeah, it's like, I feel like a lot of stuff in media always wants to subvert your expectations. It feels like if you don't, everybody gets like self-conscious. Like, oh, am I even trying if I don't do some kind of twist? But with that said, as I said before when we talked about Invincible, when I watched season 2 and kept expecting Amber to be unreasonable or be a bitch or do something to actually piss me off, she never actually did. It felt like when her and Mark worked things out and talked things out, regardless of if she was justified in being mad or what, once they kind of established a open, honest relationship with each other, that seemed to really be all Amber. That was all Amber really wanted from what I remember, and when she got that, she was actually fine. But I do think that she was realistic in that she just wasn't cut out for being in a relationship with a superhero, and I feel like that's fair. I feel like she's not bad from kind of wanting to walk away from that. And it's not because, like, how do I say it? It's just being lonely, I guess. And that was the same thing that Nolan kind of put Debbie through. Debbie was alone a lot of the time. They did love each other and have a great relationship, despite what Nolan says. But she also mentioned being lonely, and I feel like it's fine to not want that for yourself. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I never hated Amber enough to want her to die. I'm trying to think if there is any character, because don't put it past me. Every now and then there's a fictional character that I'm like, are they truly a horrible, bad person who deserves to die? No. Do I want them to? Yes, but I don't think I felt that with Amber. I feel like she's fine. But I thought that was a pretty cool moment when, I think her name is Anissa, and I do know the Anissa spoilers. Gonna be interested in seeing that. But that was kind of a cool moment. Annoying is worse than being a terrible person in media. I think I saw a post talking about that kind of subject. Or, no, I think I was watching a video talking about, Kate and Immortal. There was a comment that said something like, fictional crimes, or I don't know, maybe I was at Twitter, but something about fictional crimes are fictional, but my annoyance is real. And, you know, people say stuff like, so people hate Amber, but they like Omni-Man despite what he did? It's like, yeah, because Omni-Man's cool. And he's not a bitch, not like horror. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like our morals adjust a little bit when we're consuming fictional content because we know it's fictional and no one's actually a victim. So sometimes we turn our brain off and we just want to be entertained. You know what I mean? But some people can't. Some people actually can't separate morality when they consume fictional content. So if somebody's a mass murderer or this or that, they're like, I can't like this character. I just can't. I'm not able to do that. I get lost in the zone. I think the one romance love triangle that annoys me the most is the Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Wolverine thing. Wolverine has been around so much, he can just go for something else. Let him just have someone else or fuck with someone else. Like MC2 had him have a kid with Elektra. I do get what it... Maybe, I don't know. Like, I can't say everyone has experienced this, but sometimes when your brain decides to fixate and obsess over somebody, you just can't not let them go. So I guess it's realistic, but does that mean that it's not annoying as fuck? Like, no. So I would understand if your response would be, okay, well, why can't they just decide to write him getting over it and moving on with somebody else? And like, is there any love story that people, or love triangle that people do like? Like, it feels like love triangles are very popular. They keep getting done in media, so there has to be an audience for it. But I see more people hate it than like it. No, Amazon also did The Boys, but they wouldn't dare do the Anissa scene to their golden goose. What do you mean? What do you mean the golden goose? Like, they kind of did that to Starlight, but they toned it down based on what it would be like, based on what it actually was in the comic book. Because the comic book is kind of more sociopathic, crazy. I was watching a video of somebody who's more familiar with the comic than me, because I know some things. I've like glimpsed around, but video analysis was just talking about it, and basically said that all the like nuance and like all the deep elements of The Boys in the show is just not in the comic books. Which, I don't know if there's anybody out there who would be like, nope, no, that's the normie opinion. Anybody who's actually understood The Boys comics knows that there is depth in this and that. Like, for all I know, maybe there is, I don't know. But that's just what the consensus I've generally heard, is that the comic is just not great. So, I guess I'll believe the YouTube man for now. If I have to sit through annoying moments of pulling teeth but horrible moments make you invested in the stakes of the series, it's mainly because most love triangles aren't actual love triangles. It's usually just person A gets cheated on by person B with person C. Person B is a shitty person playing somebody. Sometimes, I think sometimes the love triangle is that there's two characters who are obviously in love, and then there's like a side person. And sometimes the side person just, they keep trying and it never goes anywhere, it never works out. And they're obviously not going to get picked. And then they don't get picked, and you wonder why they even bothered. But it just happens sometimes. I guess in True Blood, the love triangle was Sookie, Bill, and Eric. And there were times where Suki and Eric would get broken up with, I think it would be officially, and then she would get with Eric, but I don't know if that would be considered cheating exactly. That's just breaking up and then going with somebody else, but then eventually going back to the other person. Oh, messy. Gonna fix yourself a drink. Let me know what you end up getting. Also, hi Shibi. One of the options is usually the worst choice. It's never my favorite that gets chosen, for the most part. Like, I always like the alternative side character or whatever, but the one that wins is the one that's obviously, like, engineered to win, if that makes sense. The one that obviously just cannot lose. Why would they lose? They're better for XYZ. You could just tell. But I love, specifically, I like a lot of characters, actually. So my favorite... Oh, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Thank you. So my favorite is Conquest, and then I also, of course, like Omni-Man. I like Debbie. I like Cecil. Cecil's really cool. I like that the kind of thick glasses guy that always hangs out with Cecil. I forgot his name, but I like him. I like Adam Eve. I actually do like Adam Eve. I do like Mark, but I wouldn't consider him like my favorite. But, oh my god. When there's evil Marks, oh my god. His voice actor, I know he's Glenn from Walking Dead. His voice actor does a really good job at, like, chilling sociopathic villain. I know I'm saying sociopath a lot, but, you know, well, I'm gonna give spoilers, okay? Spoilers for, like, up to date on the show, at least. Anyway, ready? I'm about to say it. Mute for, like, 2 seconds, okay? Ready? Okay. So the one that Rex kills and also, you know, takes himself out with, that specific one, because there's like 5,000 different Marks. That one that he fought, though, I thought he was great. He has really good range. He's good at being kind of like your next door neighbor cool boy, but then he could be your next door neighbor bad boy. So cool. Who else do I like? I ended up liking Rex. I ended up growing to like him. Let me think. I guess I like the Cyclops dude. He's kind of won me over. He's charming. And I also like, I mean, in general, I like the Viltrumites. I do like the one that has, like, the red monocle eye. I like him. He's cool. That's right. Yeah, Alan. Alan is the alien. Red monocle guy. And I think, there's, like, another one I think I liked. I just don't remember their name or what they look like or anything about them. Who else do I like? Yeah, he's cool. He's hot, too. I like their aggression. Donald. Yeah. Donald. Yeah. You just don't open your mind. You're so close-minded. But yeah, he is. Who else? Who do you guys like? Do you guys like any characters from it? Invincible has been in Fortnite multiple times, got in a fighting game, has massive promotions, being a president could last years. I don't think that Amazon, given how much they've changed, would allow a scene like Anissa's to happen on one. Oh, I get. Oh! Wait. Oh, I kind of get it. I think they will, though. I think they'll do the scene, but I think they'll cut it down. I think they just won't show the actual act happening, which, like, the comic book did. And the comic, obviously, is not showing penetration, but it's literally showing you the entire process of Lee sex. So, I think they'll do it. Like Robot, but I'm biased. Only seen a few episodes, though. I don't care for any of them overly. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Visual novel sub the love triangle problem because it's player choice after all. 1.0 for Japanese love triangle stories. That's cool. Call me basic, but I like Mark and Nolan and not. Nah, I feel like that's fine. I feel like Mark's actually a good character. He has a cool design, he has a good voice, and he's a good person. But I will say this. There is something that always felt weird about the progression of his character. I know that they tried to justify him just being absolutely done with Cecil and throwing him away and then just... but something always felt like they didn't cook that long enough. It just felt like Mark was being unreasonable. And I feel like, I don't know, like, is this show, like, because how do I say this? Sometimes shows and writers do want you to come up with your own conclusions, right? They present you characters, they present you their history and their actions, and it's not necessarily telling you who's the bad guy or who's the good guy or how to feel. I think that Invincible might be letting us choose, but sometimes based on how things are done and how I don't understand how Mark can react as strong as he, like, I know it's like it's the guy did the undead shit to his friend. I don't know. He's got a good guy chip in his head. It's okay, guys. But sometimes I just feel like Invincible, or writers in general, they do want to tell you who's right or wrong. Kind of like how whenever Amber got mad at Mark, how because I remember something felt weird, like I wasn't buying that Amber was in the right here. But they have all of Mark's friends being like, oh yeah, Amber's right. You're in the wrong here, man. It's like, I just remember thinking it's wrong. But the show's seemingly been respectful of Cecil. I mean, I remember, I'm a animation only, I haven't read the comic. But it seems like Cecil, how do I say? Cecil is obviously, he goes by the motto of, what was it? Good guys, something about good guys, how do I say? He basically is like, we have to save the world at all costs. That's basically his motto, and he's willing to do questionable things to ensure that the least amount of people die, kind of deal. So obviously Cecil has strong morals and he is a good guy, but with some of the experiments that they're doing, I don't know if they're going to go with the whole, like, actually Cecil ends up a bad guy, or, you know, I don't know if they're going to do that. You want to be the good guy or save the world. You can be the good guy or the guy who saves the world. You can't be both. Yeah, that's it. I like that. I love Cecil. I think he's a great character. Like, I don't know, part of being older, because I am older, is just, I always gravitate towards the older characters. I find them to be more cool and interesting. But despite saying that, I do like superhero stories that focus on younger characters. Like, I could still obviously enjoy Teen Titans. I really did like Young Justice. I could go back and rewatch Young Justice just fine. But I don't know, I just feel like the older I get, the more I'm able to appreciate the older characters. The 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, etc. But I keep seeing spoilers. Here's a tip. You don't want to be spoiled about Invincible? Don't ever look it up on YouTube. Ever. You'll just get shorts showing you, oh, So-So dies. So-So gets their head exploded. And it's just a whole picture of it. Like, damn, sorry for looking, I guess. But, I mean, hey, the comic's been out for a while now, right? I mean, it's been old information, correct? Correcto? I'm being messaged by Ghost, but I don't know if these are private. Let me call him. He's not going to see because he's on busy status. Don't look at Twitter or YouTube for it. I never get Invincible posts on my feed. The algorithm hasn't thought that I might like that yet. They keep showing me something that annoys me. Some IP I don't give a shit about, but I don't remember what it is. Why won't he answer? Oh, but, well... What? Oh, hi, Ghost, you're on my stream. Hi. Hi, Ghost, will you send me messages? Are those private?
No.
They're not private?
I was just asking you why you hate me and when we're gonna watch a movie.
Oh, yeah, about that. I hate you. And I scheduled having fun with my viewers and my chatters. Ghost told me about this movie. Ghost, you're my guest. You could tell them about the movie.
Yeah, it's the underwater haunted house found footage movie.
Wow. Found footage? Wow. Wait, you didn't tell me it was found footage? Aww.
Yeah, it's found footage. But, like, it is all fully underwater, and, like, all the ghosts and stuff are, like, experienced, like, deep sea, like, free divers. Dude, free diving looks crazy.
Dude, I would never do that. Scary. Have you ever looked into underwater cave diving? That shit is crazy because it's diving in water, but you're in
in that
Caves.
situation.
Isn't that amazing? You sound sleepy.
Yeah, I'm about to go to bed soon, but
Oh. Oh.
yeah, you would never catch me in a cave situation, though. Like, Nutty Putty Cave would have never happened to me because I wouldn't put myself there.
Not Ghost Ship 2, Mina, but you should watch that with us, because like I love seeing like underwater stuff in movies. Like, one of my favorite things, actually probably the main thing I liked about that James Cameron Abyss movie, is the early scene where they're exploring. I think it's either a sunken ship or a sub, I don't really remember. They're exploring and there's just dead corpses all sitting in their seats or floating around, and
Yeah.
it's so cool. And the other best part is
I
Michael Biehn looking like a baby, but he's supposed to be the bad guy, and then you have a boss fight with him. And it starts playing like
Hell yeah.
jungle action music. It was incredible.
I saw The Abyss when I was like a small child, so I don't remember a whole lot of it, but
Watch it to laugh.
I do kind of want to revisit it.
Watch it to laugh.
Yeah,
You should watch it with me and Mina.
everybody's telling me it's bad.
Yeah,
everybody's telling me it's bad.
It's
I just remember
unfortunate.
bits and pieces.
It's sad because it's like, oh, it's James Cameron and it's an underwater movie. This has to be awesome. And it's like, it's kind of a mess, and it's I only like it because I think it's funny. Like,
Yeah.
which that's not what I went into it for. I wanted to get something like deep. I wanted it to be my personality.
That's very real. I mean, visually, like looking at the stills, like I could see, you know, a lot of like good inspo, but I'm curious to see why everybody says it sucks.
I'll be right back. I gotta move my mat over to my feet. My feet are hurting. You can talk to them now.
Oh shit. Okay. But yeah, this movie that I'm talking about, what is it called? Deep something.
All right, no more talking. Sorry, I'm back. The Queen's back.
Deep House. It's called the Deep House.
Deep House.
The
Hi,
movie
Saya.
is called the Deep House. But like, you know, they spent like a lot of money on getting like all of this like underwater footage, because it is like basically entirely shot underwater.
Yeah, I
It
think
sounds like it would be a pain in the ass to make.
Oh, it
Also, like,
absolutely is. Like, and it's more dangerous.
especially as an actor.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I love
Uh,
it. What's crazy is like they did the Little Mermaid movie. Did they even go in the damn water? I don't even know. I've never watched it. Did they even
Did
go in the
they?
water? And there's also, what is that? Aquaman movie. I bet they weren't even in the water.
I feel like they were standing around a lot. I feel like they were in like some sort of like dome. But no,
Wow.
it doesn't look like they were really underwater. This looks like a lot of CGI and stuff.
What the hell?
occurred. Yeah, the faces are too perfect for it to be in
Can't believe
underwater.
this. I cannot believe
situation.
this.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Honestly, I love The Little Mermaid, the original Disney movie. Didn't see the 2019 one and don't really plan to. But I actually heard that one was pretty good.
The only thing I ever hear is that they're either bad, like all live action Disney, they're either bad or they're just like, yeah, that's okay. Speaking of Disney, did you see it? The animatronic Rapunzel, and then there's crows on her head trying to rip her hair out so they can make nests.
What?
Yeah, it was
I didn't see
awesome.
that.
And it's a really good animatronic too. Like it really looks kind of like the CGI model. Very polished. It doesn't have as creepy, like plasticky look. The material they must
Oh,
use.
shit.
Yeah.
They're going it down. They're gonna make a nest.
Did you see it? Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It's so cool.
Damn.
I heard they took it down, which is like, well, get crow repellent or something, or get somebody out there with like a gun or something. Disney security.
so
It's like,
funny
all right,
'cause this is what
no, Disney security, and they need to have like crows on their like bulletproof vests, like anti-crow like symbol. They're specifically to deal with them.
It's hilarious because this is what scarecrows are for.
I think that
Shoot technically would be a scarecrow.
I think I did see Leviathan. I remember not loving it, but I need to watch it again. I'll say, I think one reason why I probably have forgotten a lot of movies is I went a period where it was either 1 or 2 years where I was doing almost nothing but watching movies. Constantly watching movies and also watching Red Letter Media almost like 24/7. So I think my brain just didn't have the capacity to retain all of that information. Not if I was just consuming that much in one time, I think. But also I have memory issue anyway. But
When
what?
I searched Leviathan, obviously the movie they're referencing is 1989, but there is someone that made a 2026 AI trailer for a remake of Leviathan with The Rock
Wow.
and Charlize Theron, and I think that's really funny.
Too cool. But Ghost,
That's so funny.
I think you need to go to bed, Ghost. When will we collab again? What should we collab again?
Um, well, I'm not coming back to streaming until next week. So starting from Monday, I'll be free.
Okay. I mean, that's
Um,
fine. That's fine. I can't do any more collabs this week.
yeah, well, yeah, this week is almost over. That's kind of
Is
scary.
it? Oh my god, you're so right. It just turned Thursday. Hey guys, it's the best day of the year, the day after April Fool's. Claps?
I honestly saw that you were getting all uppity about April Fools. What
Well,
scarred you on April
I
Fools?
just don't like bad jokes, and I don't like lying. I think it's annoying. But I was telling them earlier, I was not focusing on the full picture. I was focusing on just the bad side and not the good side. Maybe I just haven't
Yeah,
I just forgot what other people do for April Fools. That's cute. But Ghost, get
yeah.
out of here. Go to bed. Go to bed, okay?
Fine, fine.
Go to
I'll
bed.
leave.
Wait, no, you could
I'll go
stay.
forever.
You could stay. It's okay. You could stay. I'm gonna
What
show
do you
them my new
want
skip.
from me?
I don't know. I just don't want you to interfere with the Resident Evil talk, okay?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know anything about Resident Evil.
Are you a LARPer? We're nice to
No,
them
I'm
here. We're
not.
nice to them here, as long as you don't act up. Are you gonna act up?
Yeah, absolutely. No, no, I never act up. I low-key do what I'm told. Hashtag obedient.
That is true. Whoa, this is huge. Oh, hey Mina, are you there? I have some stuff to brain up. Talking points. I guess I could let you be a part of it, Ghost. And Mina. Mina, get on Mina. This is a surprise mini collab. I hope you guys don't mind. And I will say, guys, chatters, viewers, I would bring you guys on, but I don't know which of you is going to say Usler. So I got to be careful. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why I don't bring you guys on, all of you. Because I don't know which one of you guys is going to get a little silly. And you're probably saying, none of us would do that. That's not true. Don't
Got
lie to
too
yourself.
silly.
I know people get silly. Even good people get silly. But check out this new skev I
Yeah.
got. I was so excited. It's the one I showed you earlier, Ghost, where I'm at the lighthouse. At Sailor
It's
Sim.
so pretty.
I wanted... Because, like, I've been getting a decent amount of liminal spaces, pools themed stuff about her. But that's not how she started off as a character. That's not her main theming. So I wanted to get something that represented her main theming. So... ocean, and I wanted like kind of like a somber rain, and of course a lighthouse, because I love lighthouses. Mina,
Yeah, have
Mina,
you seen that movie?
I did, and I liked it, but I think that I would
I
like
love
it
it.
more if I rewatched it. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times, and I was honestly obsessed with that movie when it came out. I fucking sat there and I read the script and everything. It was a hyperfixation of mine.
Sailormen, fishermen, nautical stuff, boat dudes. There's something about that aesthetic, those settings that are Kino. I'm about to add Mina. Mina's muted.
Yeah, The Lighthouse is a really good
No,
movie.
I watched The Lighthouse, but I'm saying that I need to watch it again. Because, like, I watched The Lighthouse, and I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, I like this. But I feel like if I watch it again, I'll be like, oh my god, no, I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see a
No, I
kaiju
feel you.
sized? I would never be. I'm just a small bean, as they say. I'm a good sensitive young man. I
A
don't know
small
about that.
bean.
But that's why I like the Discord hangouts with everybody, because then everybody can just say whatever the hell they want. Obviously within like social reasons. You don't want to make things too awkward, right? But Mina Crow, what the hell? Don't deafen. Hi.
Yeah, I was fixing my microphone.
Mina, I do not think that you've been on my channel in a hot minute, but Mina recently debuted their latex nun costume that's really cool that I helped design, but primarily designed by Ika. Mina, introduce yourself. Wait, no. Ghost, introduce yourself first.
What?
Yeah, I forgot to
I'm
do that.
Ghost. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Not anytime soon, though, right?
I'm gonna go to bed, like, expeditiously, actually. I just realized how late it is.
It's not that late. It's not that late. What, do you got work or something?
I'm being gaslit.
You got
yes,
work?
I do.
No? I don't think you do.
Are you gonna pay my
Work
bills
isn't
for
real.
me?
Yeah?
Awesome. I'll just curl up on the end of your bed or something, I guess.
I will warn you though, Ghost, that I can get yapping for a long time because I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. I have like 5 things to talk about, and each one can branch into 5,000 different subjects. So I want you to not be afraid to either interrupt and announce that you need to leave or to just hang up. Okay? Okay.
Yes.
So
you know what?
What?
I'm tagging Mina in and tagging myself out because
Oh.
I have to be responsible.
Oh, you're
which
gonna leave?
sucks because I do want to hang out.
Let's see if
but-
you have the aggression level to do that. That's Mina.
Oh god.
Bro, I can't shout them out because it does a cooldown. Ghost, let's see how brave you are. Can you leave? Do you know how? Hey, I tried to give you now, and then you got mad at me.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, you got
I
mad.
don't get
You got like
mad.
salty.
I know. You know.
Okay. So what's gonna happen now? What happens now? What are you gonna do? Mina hasn't been able to introduce yourself. Mina, tell them about yourself.
Hello, I'm Mina Crow, and I like to play retro video games, like FPS games from the 90s. I stream on twitch.television.
Mina's been playing Original Marathon. I always show Mina.
Yes.
Always show Ghost. Ghost, what's wrong? Were you gonna leave?
Hey. Yes.
See,
Why my voice crack?
he doesn't want to leave. You don't know what you want, do you? You're like a dog, like a little doggy.
We've.
That feel when you don't want to leave, but you have to.
I understand.
I must. I would love to stay, but I. It's fucked up for a dog to be a wage cock, but you know.
Bad dog.
It's not my fault.
Go in
it's
the
not
pin.
my fault.
Bad
it's much
dog.
of an earth.
Bad dog, go in the pin.
Okay. Okay.
He likes it.
All right.
For the record, the abuse is just—it's like a fetish.
Stop, dude.
Stop it!
Seriously, bro.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
All right. I will go to bed. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you
Bye
so much for
bye.
calling me. It was
We
good
loved
hearing your
having
voices,
you
Tara.
here. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
We'll schedule an official collab one day. Okay, Mina. So, my tism is at full power today. I'm sorry we haven't played a game. You guys know how this works. So, multiple things I want to talk about. What is up with psychopathic consumers, bro? Like, I don't understand how anybody can sit around and think that it's okay to abuse the peak devs and act like they're not doing enough and they're not trying and they don't give a shit. How could people like act like that? Cause like, oh, you're not doing the specific thing I want, so fuck you. You don't give a shit about the game because you're not doing what I demand. What's up with that, man? Huh? Your turn.
Yeah, that's kind of an ongoing thing for
It's just
I'll
one.
say-
It's one nobody psychopath that I just decided to hate.
well, Yeah, but I just see it kind of commonly for like indie games, especially when I mean people do it for AAA, but I feel like it's a little bit more justified with playing AAA because those are games with like millions, million cajillion freaking big budget games,
And
with
keep in
like
mind, we're
plus.
we're not usually like trashing on the devs either. For the most part, we're trashing on the publishers, and the publishers are screwing over the devs just as much as like they're screwing us. So I feel like that's usually the difference, is that we're actually yelling at people in
Yeah.
suits that wipe their tears with money.
When it comes to like like indie devs or like indie games, basically, I think a scary thing is like if you're an indie developer and you basically you win the indie game lottery, which is you made an indie game and it blew up, and now you sold a million copies of the game. Your $5 game sold a million copies, which that's a lot of money suddenly for like a small game. Basically, a lot of copies sold, but basically, I think when your game blows up to that extent, I think there then becomes like this sort of like I don't know if it's like an unspoken sort of like expectation or if people just do this with any game, but maybe just because there's such a high volume of people playing it now. But there's now this expectation of your game blew up, so now you need to support it.
You
like,
have to
forever,
be a slave,
basically.
which is funny because other people call that milking it. Oh, your thing got successful. Now all you ever want to do is work on that instead of working on XYZ or making a new game. And it's like you have somebody who won the lottery, as you said, made a fantastic game that got extremely popular, and I guess they want to work as artists, and they're like, okay, we want to work on other projects. We've got a lot of money from this game, and we want to invest in doing other stuff. I feel like it's actually pretty ballsy to walk away. In a way, quote, you could refer to it as walking away from money, but I feel like I respect that. People who are willing to be like, no, this is not what I've decided to do with my life. I do not want to dedicate my whole life to one ass game. But there's people who get mad and they want things to be live services because I think they're getting spoiled. It's like, that's what was weird, is seeing a few people be like, acting like they're not doing enough. And I'm like, they didn't expect this game to blow up. And I think they've mentioned in the past, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned in the past the desire to eventually move on. And they even explicitly said they don't intend to support this game forever or something. They kind of made it seem clear that they do intend to move on from it and actually consider it finished one day.
Yeah, because like I've seen it happen with like multiple games, like you're using Peak as an example. I remember it was like with Lethal Company as well, where it's like Lethal Company, I think Among Us was like another one where I would see kind of similar things. Battle Bit, that's another one. But a lot of these games tend to be like they are one dev or like under 10 like developers on the projects, basically, who their game just blows up overnight and they make a lot of money. But the thing is, like, what they have to do, they don't have to, but there becomes a expectation of like content. Like, okay, now you need to start updating the game, get more content out for it. There's this feeling of like, oh, if I don't update the game fast enough, then people, they're gonna get bored and they're gonna quit playing the game, and then the longevity of my game will like fizzle out, basically. And I feel like it's like I feel like not every game needs to be supported in that way, basically. Like, not every game has to have an endless longevity, especially like in a lot of these cases. These are not live service games. These are like little like $5, $10 game that you play that has a fun kind of gameplay system to it, basically, that you play with your friends. And once you've put about, I don't know, 20 or so hours into it, you've probably experienced everything that the game has to offer. And I feel like for a game that costs like $5-10, I don't really see that as a problem. But whenever they blow up, there's like an expectation that they need to keep adding more and more content to it, keep people coming back and playing it over and over again, kind of thing. I don't always agree with or feel like that there should be like this rule of like, if your game makes that much money, that you have to now endlessly support it with like additional content to keep people coming back and playing, especially if it's like, it's not a live service game. It's just like it's a little lobby game kind of thing. Right. And as a developer, you probably, one you're going to be grateful you're making that much money because that's food on your plate. But two, you probably also like it because now you can fund yourself like another game. Basically, you might want to do a bigger, more ambitious game as opposed to just supporting the one kind of simple game you made. I feel like it depends on the person.
It can also be
some
good.
people
It can also be good because if you just keep investing in the one game, what if that game does start dropping off and you haven't used any of your funds to work on another like income pool with another game?
Yeah,
so sometimes it's not good to just sit around.
You can only tap from the well, so many times. Like if I don't know, 10 million people have bought Heat, that's the 10 million people that are probably going to buy it, and eventually that's going to kind of taper off, basically. So you probably want to invest in a different game, basically, to continue funding yourself in your company, or funding your business further, basically. So to me, like, it makes sense also to want to, unless you're just doing DLC for that one game, you probably want to like start on another game and like move on from it eventually. You can't sustain yourself off of one game like infinitely unless you have some sort of like recurring microtransaction thing in it, basically.
I'll say one thing though, and I guess it's a matter of opinion, because there can be people who release a game and it feels like there's just not really that much content. It doesn't feel like a full game, and I feel like we've all played a game or two that feels like that. And then you get the impression that the dev kind of doesn't care and wants to just move on to the next thing. I can understand having like emotions about that, like, oh, what the hell, like, you're walking away way too soon from this game, why aren't you supporting it? But at the end of the day, if they are burnt out or have some reason why they don't want to like keep investing in the one game, I try to respect it, but I'm still a consumer too. So we have like I guess layers to our opinions, I suppose.
I feel like in the case of like early access titles where there's an expectation for you to finish your game, and if people bought like an early access game for like $20-$30, and then like 5 years later that game is still in early access and still in a very incomplete state, and the developer basically decided that they don't want to continue developing it, which I can see like both sides of it, basically, where you might be sick of working on it after that long, and it might be like a feature creep product, or you're just running into so many like troubled developments along the way that you just kind of want to drop it and start over. It's like, I can understand that, but I also understand the frustration of purchasing that game with the expectation that it's going to get finished, and then it just doesn't, and the developer just kind of let it go vaporware, basically. I can understand that frustration as well.
It depends. Also, what Spaghetti's referencing, even single-player games like Elden Ring saw articles like Elden Ring has lost 80% of its players. Like, yeah, people finished it and moved on. That's always the funniest thing. The people that are obsessed with like the analytics and numbers and how many players are still playing this game. It's like, not every game is supposed to maintain millions of players for 10 years. Not every single game is Fortnite. A lot of games are meant to be consumed. You process them, then you move on to the next game, and then I would say like a moderate to a minority of people will become the core fan base that will regularly replay and replay and replay a single player game. But most people do tend to consume and then kind of move on. Like us, for example, we're still playing the same games that we played 20 years ago, longer than that, and most people aren't like that. So I just think it's just dumb to like act like, oh, this game really dropped. This game dropped off. Like, what are they supposed to do? Make more DLC? They're probably going to make another game, and then you buy the next game.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of silly for like the case of single player games. Like, yeah, of course, like 80% of people who buy the single player game after like a week or two are not going to be playing it every single day anymore, basically. Like, that's how single player games are usually consumed, is that they are, for a lot of people, they're one and dones that you play it once and then that's good enough, and then you finish it and then play something else or come back to it much later. It's usually what I do, is like, if I beat a game and I really like it, I might immediately replay it, or if I moderately liked it, I might take a break for a while and then come back to it later, basically.
Yeah. We have a pool of our comfort games, and every now and then we'll play a new game that we add to our pool of comfort games, to where we're likely to actually replay this semi-regularly. Also, before you continue, Ghost, I don't know if you're still here, but what are you talking about, game dev? I'm not talking about a specific person, like in terms of game devs, I don't think. But what were we going to say, Mina?
I can't 100% remember.
Oh,
Or something else I was gonna say.
that if you like a game that you'll return to it, and depending on how much you
No,
like it.
I was on a different topic I was thinking of.
Got you. I apologize. They can take RE4 and COD Zombies 1 through 4 from my cold dead hands. Good. Resident Evil, oh my god, a classic Resident Evil 4 is really dropping, dude. It's not as played as the remake. I can't believe it. I would actually be curious to know what the numbers are regarding that, because Resident Evil 4 fans, we stand strong. Mina, did you remember?
I can't remember now.
I'm sorry.
It's like completely gone.
It's the worst thing. That happens to me all the time. And you know what sucks is that I did that all because of Ghost. And he's not even here. He left. Or he muted me. Honestly, based. But I thought he was obedient pilled. Hashtag does what told. Oh well. But I don't know. I feel like maybe we're pretentious. I don't know. But I think that a lot of consumers are crazy. And spoiled. And not reasonable or fair. And that's funny coming from me, because it always sounds like I'm giving Capcom a hard time. I'm always upset, but I feel like I try to be reasonable and give credit where it's due. And I prefer to bully mainly just the big man, as you.
Oh yeah, I remember now what I was gonna say. It had to do with like talking about like early access games and kind of like the developer sort of like conflict of like wanting to finish the game versus you know people buy your game and then they're frustrated you're not getting it done quick enough, basically. I've seen the same thing happen in like mod communities as well, where in the mod community space you have developers will work on a mod, and a lot of the times they also go vaporware, or the mod developer runs out of time, doesn't have free time to work on it anymore, or just isn't passionate about it anymore. And they stop developing it, basically. And I'll see it in those spaces too, where the people who are, I guess, fans or kind of like waiting for the mod to come out I've seen some very like nasty sort of pushback when the developer's like, yeah, I don't have time to work on this anymore. I'm going to have to put it on the shelf, basically. I'm really sorry, guys. And they will just get some of the like most mean, like hateful comments, basically, where it's like you made us get so excited and all for nothing, like type of thing. And it's like, if people do that to like free mods that nobody is paying them for, and nobody has like, even been in the position to like buy said mod before it comes out, because it's not a thing that you buy, then it's like, how are people going to treat like developers who people do spend, basically? It's like I've seen very extreme responses to literal like free mods and games, basically. It's like, it's going to be that sort of like emotional sort of response you get from people is going to be like exponentially higher for games where people do actually buy your game, basically.
Yeah. And it's kind of fucked up, because I just cannot. Maybe they're very young, or maybe they got some mental issues in their head, but I can't fathom the logic and the way some of these people act when it comes to things like that. Like do you, I don't know, it's like they think maybe it's out of sight, out of mind. They don't see the life of a developer. They don't know how much time it takes to make a game or even a mod all by yourself, especially like a lot of like total conversion mods. Like these Doom mods, Quake mods, mod and scene in general is crazy. It's not just swapping a few things around and just rewriting a tiny bit of code. It's like crazy what these people do. And they're not, a lot of them don't make any profit at all. They don't even have like Patreons or anything. Patreons, Ko-fi, they don't have anything. They're just working on shit for free after they get home from their 8-hour shift. And then they might have a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend that they have to, deal with on the side. A little bit of loving, a little bit of affection. They got to eat and they got to sleep. And then they squeeze in what free time they have to work on this. And then you just can't do it for XYZ reason. You probably have a really good reason, and then you have somebody telling you that you're a piece of shit, horrible person. Fuck you for not giving me my 500th free Doom mod, which is silly. It's like, oh, you don't have this free Doom mod? Okay, well, you have 800 other ones. Go play them.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot in like the in like the source engine and like Half-Life 1 mod space. I've seen that's usually where I've seen like when mod projects uh end up falling apart, or the developer basically doesn't have time to work on it anymore, and I see like a lot of like negative pushback in it.
I can understand being disappointed though. Like,
Yeah.
I do understand the emotion, but you gotta know how to like treat somebody. Like, context really matters. Like, I just feel like a lot of people don't think, but that's just how it is. That's how it is. Also, gonna read a little bit of chat really quick, Mina. Going to sound like a crazy take, but I still compare video games to movies. How many hours would I be at the movie theater versus how long did I play the game? If I played more than the movie theater, I got the value worth. I'm not sure why people expect 100 to thousands of hours out of every game released, because a few games do it and people like it, and then they get mad that not every game follows suit. They're just spoiled. They want, it's like, I feel like a lot of us here, we like to play single player games or retro games, and we like Resident Evil 2 a lot. So what do we do when we beat it? Oh, what do? We play it again. We play it again. But other people would be like, why haven't they added 30 DLCs to Resident Evil 2? I don't know. It's just weird. And speaking of movies and games, like, I was talking about it, on Twitter, and I'll give context why, but it is funny how, video games are like the one medium that feels like they're treated like, once they get old, they just deserve to be thrown in the trash. You can preserve all old movies. Nobody ever goes, oh my god, we need to throw the original Jaws in the trash and make... But for some reason, when it comes to video games, that seems to be such a weirdly common logic. And, there's a spectrum of it. There's people that are a lot more crass about that mentality, and there's some people that just subconsciously kind of think that without really realizing it,
Yeah.
Weird how prevalent it is. Live service games have created a big, obnoxious audience that now complain when games aren't infinite, or they complain when, like, things aren't open world. Like, oh, if it's not open world, and if it's not 8,000 hours, it must mean that you're not trying. I don't understand it, you guys. We've progressed gaming. We have found the new evolution of games. Why are we going backwards? Which is what people in the industry actually think, which is crazy. But it is what it is. What do you think of that, Mina? What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's like, it's very telling to me with, like, Capcom, like, how they kind of treated, the classic trilogy of, like, Resident Evil 1 through 3, where it took, like, someone from GOG to basically, like, push them, like, hey, can we get, like, a re-release of 1 through 3, the Resident Evil games, and not just have the remakes, and they're like, what do you mean? Like, we already have the remakes. Those are the preferred experience. Why would anyone want to play the original ones? And they had to like make a case for it. It's like, to me, that is like the sort of like state of where we're at. I feel like where that's how they see it. Is like the older games they're just old, outdated things, and we have newer and better things, because if it's newer, it must be better, basically. And it's like, I never vouch for that. That a newer thing can be better. It's possible, but I don't feel like that because it's newer doesn't automatically mean that it's better. In a lot of cases, whenever you get a new version of something, even if it's got objective improvements or whatever, there's always something in there that's going to be different and kind of lost in the remake or remaster or whatever of something, basically. That's just how it is. And I feel like that you should never, in any case, like, replace, unless you just have a game that's just like a completely broken, buggy experience that's like genuinely like horrible, and then you have like a version that comes that just fixes all the problems, basically. Like, I feel like almost every case, like, a re-release of something should not function as a replacement, but rather should be an alternative to that original thing, basically.
Right, kind of like.
But unfortunately,
like
that's not how. But that's not how it usually is. Usually, it's that the new thing is propped up and put first, and the old thing is either completely buried, where it's not even listed anywhere anymore, and it's very difficult to get anywhere or get it running and whatnot. And then the new thing is like the only thing that basically will even like appear on like stores and search results and stuff like that. Basically, that's what I hate about like new games that come out and they just give it the same title, where you have Doom and then you have Doom, you have Silent Hill 2 and you have Hill 2, you have Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 2 kind of thing. So now it's like whenever you do Google search results stuff like that, it's like, oh, I want to do Resident Evil 2. How do I beat the alligator? And it's like, you're not going to get the original one, you're going to get the new alligator from Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it's I just feel sad because I feel like there's two reasons why gamers try to or publishers, developers try to dissuade you from playing older games. It's usually like, oh, it's ugly. I mean, look at these graphics. I mean, why would you ever want to go back to things looking anything other than hyper realistic like we can do now? And then the other is like, oh, you don't want to like deal with these gameplay mechanics or these systems because I mean, we've weaned off of those. We've surpassed, like, nobody, oh my god, I would never ever want my child to experience fixed camera or tank controls. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen to them. So just don't even play. It's just so stupid how people are so dismissive of like something just because it's pixelated or whatever. And I know, like I say, we have a lot of young people and a lot of people that do value these retro style graphics because, well, a lot of indie devs rely on retro style to make up for the fact that they are not able to do AAA hyper-realistic graphics because there's like a dev team of 3 people. So it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of people that can appreciate these games, but there's so many normies out there who think a game's bad if it's not on the level of Last of Us 2. There's so many people that think that way, and it's annoying. And I know we've talked about these talking points before, everybody, but I mean, it's always fun to bitch about. I love bitching about this. Open world games go on a cycle. We want an open world. It's too open. It's not open enough. When 3D consoles came out, most of the games were too open world, too much space, so it's a tug of war. Pokemon makes me laugh. Scarlet, open world too big. Where is our open world? Wait. What, is it ever like, because like, I don't like open world at all, but I don't know about open world fans ever complaining about a world being too open. I think they usually complain if it's too empty. You know what I mean? Like open world for the sake of it, but there's no justification for it. Which, I mean, to me, that kind of seems like all of them, but I can't say that I really go around playing a lot of them. Think he's doing the Goomba Twitter post? Wait, is it some meme? Am I out of touch? I might be out of touch.
It's usually my problem with open world games is like not so much the concept of open world, but that the open world is usually kind of barren feeling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say, and I've talked to you about it before. I always forget who it was at Nintendo, but somebody of high status in Nintendo company was also like, oh, why would anybody want to play old school style Zelda games? Why does anybody want that formula? We've already perfected it with Breath of the Wild. And
oh yeah.
technically, I will say technically since then we have gotten like older style Zelda games. Like I think Link's Awakening remake came out after Breath of the Wild, and then there's also the kind of sequel to that. But I don't think we've gotten like a big Zelda title, like a big one in the 3D style, because the ones I just named were like the top-down view, kind of chibi style. But I don't think we've had like a big Zelda title since Breath of the Wild 1 and 2. So I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with that IP. Like, are they going to continue down this route, or are they going to return to the roots? Although I did hear, which this isn't going to surprise you, Mina, I heard that they're working on another remake of Ocarina of Time, because they did a remake already on 3DS, but that's a 3DS, and so they'll make more money if they do it on console. But I think it's probably more common in the industry than not. Also, this might be interesting for you to talk about, Mina. This is your forte. All the discussion and discourse around Sweeney, Mr. Sweeney Todd, and Gabe Newell. And I gotta say, man, there are so many good Gabe images on the internet, but the one of the newest ones that absolutely kills me is when he has the diamond teeth and the diamond wristwatch, and he's like doing that. Yeah. So I can't get over that. I love that fucking image so much. I like how he
Yeah.
looks like a wizard now. Back in the day, he looked like a normal kind of guy, like a normal gamer, and now he's got like a wizard kind of energy to him. It's so cool. But Mina, what do you think of that whole subject? Fill them in on what we're talking about regarding Mr. Sweeney Todd and Gabe and Steam and Epic and all of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of I see a lot of debate and discourse around like Steam and like Epic Store. Basically, Steam has been getting a lot of pressure on it because it's basically being seen as a monopoly on the PC market, basically. Which, yeah, it's kind of funny because I think a lot of the point that Steam is basically getting pressed against it is that it's considered like a monopoly and that they take the 30% retail cut, which I always thought was like weird that was such a harsh point against them, because pretty much every retailer, I think, standardized pretty much taking 30% cut on sales, which like if you go through any like retail store, like if you sell your game through like GameStop, Walmart, or Target, or whoever, like I'm pretty sure they would always take 30%. I guess you could argue that maybe because they're a digital storefront that like there's no physical good being sold, that maybe 30% is too steep. That might be where the debate's kind of coming from, but I always just thought that 30% was like the standard, basically. And then Epic kind of came along and they're like trying to provide a like industry alternative to that by doing like a 10% cut, I believe is what they did, which is like way low. It's like a huge undercut, basically. But Epic is also kind of like trying to force themselves into the market by also like signing all these like exclusivity deals and getting their games like, like, oh, it's only on the Epic Store. We'll pay you like $1 million if you only put on the Epic Store, no other storefront, basically. So you could also argue it's like Epic's doing some kind of like market like forced entry as well too. But I don't know. I feel like the pushback against Steam to me just kind of feels more like they're doing it out of like spite, basically, that they don't like how Valve has made themselves like an industry standard and as such basically a monopoly on the market because they do so well. Most people want their games on Steam as opposed to other platforms because that's where most people are going to buy them. My understanding too is that Steam has a lot of good development tools that like other storefronts also do not provide, and that there's like basically there's like a reason why they charge like the 30% cut, basically, because you actually get a lot of like tools and quality of life stuff basically that other stores are not going to provide for you as well. So I don't know, it seems to be kind of complicated, basically, but I feel like I kind of err on the side of like I don't think that Steam should be sued for being like just an industry standard, basically.
Yeah.
That other platforms are not really doing things that are like setting themselves to be very competitive, basically. It feels like they're just more like trying to just force their entry into the market, but not doing a good job actually like standing out.
Yeah, and I guess I understand why people would have this gut reaction of, hey, wait a minute. Why the hell is Steam on the kings of the world? Why aren't there more of these? What the hell? They must be evil, bad people who are crushing all the small guys and not... It's like, no, like you said, it's like, I've used Steam for a long time. I like Steam. I mean, as a consumer anyway. I guess if you're a developer, maybe you might have different opinions, but as you claim, it feels like the fee that Steam charges to list your game is no different than the fee you would have to pay any company, really, to list your game on there. They have to make a profit. And
apparently, like a little bit off topic, but apparently, like if you want your game on like, I've heard if you want it on like a console platform, like Xbox or like PlayStation, and apparently the fees are like exorbitant for that too. Like if you just want to like update your game, like with a patch on like the PlayStation Store, apparently it costs like a fuck ton of money to just like update your game.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But you have like what Sweeney Todd is the leader of the Epic cult, and he's so salty. He seems to hate Valve and hate Steam, but from what I've heard, nobody even seems to like the Epic Store. Like, it's missing key features and this and that. So it's like he's bitching, but shouldn't he be focusing on making Epic Store better? And for all I know, maybe he has been. I haven't really fucked with it at all because I don't want to move over to it. I don't have any reason to.
Yeah, I don't know all of the features. I think the Epic Store, my understanding is that it's getting better, but it's been like marginal improvements.
Right. And it's not improved enough for them to talk shit, I would assume. Also, you know, it's funny, I don't remember where I heard it from, so again, take it with a grain of salt, but I heard somebody say that, it was like data or something, that whenever a game becomes completely free on Epic, that more people then go and buy it on Steam. I don't know if that's true. It could just be like a fictitious dunk on Epic, but I could believe it. I mean, I'm kind of like that. I mean, I hear about free games, but for the most part, I'm just like, I go for convenience. I don't care if it's free. I don't want to buy 10 storefronts and manage them. I don't like being divided all over the place. It's kind of annoying. I don't even, that's why like I'm kind of stubborn about like going on itch.io and getting lots of cool free stuff because it's not Steam, but I'm gonna force myself to actually do that. But I draw the line at damn Epic, and I was also very, very displeased to have to, what was it? Something Blizzard. What is their shit called? BattleNet or something? Like I had to get that for some game to play Diablo 2 with you guys or something.
Yeah, Diablo 2.
Oh, it was Call of Duty 2. I had to get that for that game alone. I'm just like, ugh, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But aside that, let's jump topics. Also, I'm so glad that you guys are getting into it. Actually, Mina, do you want to respond to anything in chat really quick? Give you a turn. There's a lot. All highly valuable. Also, hi, Jumenso. Valve are the head of the industry because they were first and they did it well in regards to the store. They are really pro-consumer. The story of Valve is just kind of incredible. Valve, Steam, all of it. Mina's been there since the beginning. No, I didn't see it. What is it, Daza? I'm sorry, Mina. You can go ahead if you wanted to say anything. I love hearing you talk about Valve and Steam, because that's kind of like more your culture for the most part, and Doom and stuff.
Yeah, Valve is pretty interesting because it's like they basically started up as like ex-Microsoft employees that took a big risk on video games, basically, where I think it was, what's his name, Mike Harrington and Gabe Newell. I think his name's Mike Harrington. I think they were both at Valve, and they basically were very interested in video games and were trying to convince Microsoft. I think they tried to convince them to like buy id Software at some point too, which is funny because now Microsoft does own id Software technically. But yeah, they basically took a risk by leaving Microsoft and forming their own game company basically, and somehow managed to make a smash hit, like first game as a company, which that's very unusual for like companies to upstart and then like make a game that actually is like a smash hit.
And they were innovators. Like they kept making smash hits.
Yeah.
But I know that you had issues, at least. I feel like the first big thing with them is that you had issues about the whole Left 4 Dead thing, which like you've talked about before, about how they made a promise and then they didn't keep the promise. Also, hey, Crank.
Yeah, it's like we're going back to the eternally supporting your game type of thing. Basically, there's a lot of pushback on Left 4 Dead 2, basically, because Valve did make statements that Left 4 Dead 1 would continue to get like free updates like post-launch. You know, like more campaigns and weapons and enemies, stuff like that. But then they ended up, instead of like doing it in the base game, they added like maybe like 1 or 2 maps, I think, or map sets, and then they just made Left 4 Dead 2. And there's a lot of like kind of like outrage at that, because they felt like, you know, people kind of felt like that, oh, you promised that we were going to get like more content for the game, and then you made us buy another game basically just to be kind of like a glorified expansion pack, basically. I was a little salty about that whenever that happened too, but in hindsight, I don't really care at this point.
I mean, keep in mind, you were also young. Like, I feel like all of us are a lot different whenever we're young. How we process things, we're very, very more cutthroat, I would say. Nothing is more vicious than a young person. Or an old person that hasn't grown up, I suppose. They could be a little bit scary, too. But
true.
Aside that, it's like, I don't think any company or any person or group or anything is perfect, but all things considered, Valve doesn't seem like a bunch of demons or something. When you hear about lots of other companies, Valve feels like they're actually pretty good, and you know, there's a big shared sentiment of us all being very worried about what things are going to be like whenever Gabe passes, you know, because you know, he's a very significant presence in that company and in gaming in
Yeah.
general. And nobody wants to lose somebody like that because I don't know anybody who hates him. Like, maybe there's some people who have a criticism of him or two, but I feel like he's got a good head on him. And I know a lot of people are, and I was wanting to get into this with you, Mina. A lot of people are kind of mad that Valve doesn't make games anymore. But
Yeah.
the whole thing about that is kind of interesting, which you're more versed on that, Mina. It would be more appropriate for you to talk about, but how they, you know, started off as devs that were sleeping under their desks and stuff and doing crazy crunch, and then they get
Yeah.
really comfortable, and then they kind of don't want to go, you know, you go into that, but he does take care of his employees. That's part of what the discourse has been about, is that Gabe, maybe he's not having games made anymore, but man, he does actually give a shit about his employees.
Yeah, I think that's even what he said basically, is that the average employee that works at Valve is much happier now than the average one maybe like 20 years ago whenever they were actually making games, because making, you know, single player like long experience games and that being kind of like the main like front of what the company is like it's grueling basically. Like yeah, it's like Half-Life 1 you had some of the developers like working like weekends straight basically, where they just, you know, started on a Friday working on like a part of the game, and then we were just nonstop working on it like through the whole weekend basically, with like very little breaks in between. And it's like that's very difficult, and that's how, you know, some games would get finished through like crunch like that basically. And like Valve, it seems like they're like making games, but the scale and scope of the games that they make seem to be much more narrow. I would say that they're more focusing on like Steam as a service and like making multiplayer games. Not that those aren't ambitious, but they don't require as much like heavily like scripting and planning out of like big scenarios and set pieces and stuff like that. um I don't know, it just seems like that they have a more like lax development on their games, as opposed to like doing really big ambitious things anymore.
So hi, Ark. I feel like I always say that phrase, but how do I say? You know, there's a part of us that want the greats to always grind away and make amazing art that will stand the test of time forever, right? But not all creators feel that way. Some creators are like, you know what? I think I want to kind of go out on my own terms early. I don't want to be game deving for 40 years and dealing with all the cons of that. You know, like I feel like they weigh the pros and cons. They think about what they want out of life, what kind of lifestyle they want to lead. There might be some stuff that's not fully in their control, like maybe they have a baby or something and maybe they just need to be at home more or whatever. And so I feel like some people just they just want to like drop out early, and I guess that seems to be
Yeah.
what Valve did. And it's like unfortunate in a way, but it's also cool that we didn't see them become shit. You know, we didn't see them like just keep making games until they got bad or something, and then everybody
Yeah.
hates them. It's like they kind of went out with a bang, and I don't know, I find that kind of respectable.
Yeah, I would agree. Because it's like the other option is that they could have gone down the route of like milking like Half-Life and just made like 8 Half-Life games or something, and the quality of them, you know, dipping further and further and further until it's just like not even recognizable anymore.
Isn't it funny? There's people out there who would like, if you said, oh my god, imagine if they made a Half-Life every fucking year, like Call of Duty, and there'd be people be like, oh, that would be amazing. Oh my god, I want to Call of Duty Half-Life every single year.
Yeah.
Aside that, gonna wrap things up quicker. I'm not gonna talk about my shoes. I'm gonna get flat shoes. Anyway, Subliminal apparently sucks. I'm gonna still play it anyway because I bought it. Two more things to talk about. So let's start with the shorter one first. So, I did see, I guess it's not an April Fool's Day thing. It does suck if you learn any information, you have to wonder if you're being flat out lied to. But we got a bit more information about that upcoming Resident Evil movie. It's a live action film directed by the guy who did Weapons. I don't know if he also did the other movie, another A24 movie, but he did Weapons. That's the one that me and Mina saw, and we thought it was an entertaining, decent movie. We're not like fanatics about it or anything, but we did like it.
It's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
one thing is they said that it's going to have an even higher budget than Weapons, because that was the very thing I was wondering about, because I'm thinking, like, just because he did a good movie doesn't mean that his next movie will be good if he doesn't have any budget or anything, you know. Not to say that you can't make something good with low budget, but sometimes it just depends on how everything comes together, like budget, writers, this and that. Who's your cinematographer? I wasn't sure how decked out he would be for this Resident Evil movie, but it seems like it's looking positive. But interestingly, he says that he's a fan of Resident Evil, and who knows what that means anymore, because there's so many different kinds of fans, quote, right? One source I saw said that his proof of being a fan is that he's already played Requiem 2 times, and that doesn't tell me anything. That just tells me that you've played the new game. But
Yeah.
with that said, he apparently is adamant that he does not want to just do an adaptation of Leon's story or Claire or anything. He's not trying to adapt a pre-existing storyline. He wants to have free reign and control. And the impression I'm getting is that it's going to be like Paul W. S. Anderson's movie, the first one. Let's pretend like those sequels didn't happen. But the first Resident Evil movie by Paul W. S. Anderson, it is set in the Resident Evil universe. It's kind of about Umbrella, and it has loose inspiration from the games, but it is kind of doing its own thing, and I'm not against that, as long as I'm getting something interesting, like a actual decent film. And so if he wants to tell a story that takes place in the world of Resident Evil, but it's not related to our mascot characters, as long as it's a good movie, that's all I need. That's more than we ever get. The last time we ever got something that was arguably a good movie, because I know not everybody likes it, was the Paul W. S. Anderson movie. I don't care what anybody says, it's a very entertaining, pretty good sci-fi zombie flick. But as Mina says, there's people who they don't want that. They will accept actual sloppa as long as their stupid mascot characters show up. And that is, Mina, what is that movie called?
That's Welcome to Raccoon City.
That's right. Welcome to Raccoon City. A garbage paced movie, a garbage written movie, a garbage looking movie, but what characters are in it, Mina? That means it's good. And people will say that that's better than Paul W. S. Anderson because it's faithful, quote.
Yeah, because it's basically like it's like if it has things that refer to the source material, even if said writing and like all the components that make up the film are terrible, as long as it has it's got Leon and Claire and Chris and Jill in it. Okay, then it must be good then, or at least better than the Paul W. S. Anderson movie, even though it's worse in like every other way, basically.
I think some people have broken brain. No offense. I don't want to be mean to LARPers, and I don't want to be mean to casuals, and I don't want to be mean to certain types of Resident Evil fans. But I am very militant in how I think about the series, and I just don't understand. But some people, I think their brains are just engineered differently, and that they see Chris and Jill and everybody, and they don't process the movie as bad. I don't think they even realize it's bad. I think they just are having a good time because they know all the characters and they recognize the thing, and they think the movie's fun. I think that's how a lot of people think. Full rage or nothing? No, cause like I'm all social and out in public these days. I'm not hiding in a cave anymore. People perceive me now, and I think I have a lot of acquaintances and friends who may be the type of people I'm talking about. So I gotta be a little bit nice. But if I ever catch them making fun of me, all hell will break loose. Okay? I dish out the shots. I don't take shots. I dish them. I wash them dishes. But you agree with me, Mina. We agree on so many. We agree on so many things. No, we can't help it. We just do. That's why we get along. But I just want a good movie. I want a good zombie flick. And Mina, you would agree. I mean, do you give a fuck if we get to see Chris? It's not the most important thing. You can make OCs. That's what Outbreak was. Outbreak is like a new cast, but it takes place in Raccoon City. Like, if I had to guess, like, the best things they could do is either a story centered around Umbrella, it could be a bunch of Umbrella OCs or whatever, or a story about an outbreak somewhere. I mean, the Resident Evil universe is nothing but outbreaks 24/7 all the time. Right?
Oh, sorry, I dropped my phone.
I thought you were drinking.
No.
Animated movies or something?
Did you ask me something?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot.
I see.
I was saying my ideas on like what would be easy to work with is just like you're doing a live action, you don't want to adapt any pre-existing storylines. Like you could just do a story loosely about Umbrella to some extent, Umbrella OCs, or like an outbreak, you know. Then I compared it to Outbreak because Outbreak is a new cast and it's just different people going through a similar event from their perspective. Mina? Mina's done with me. Wait, Mina. Uh-oh, your audio's broken.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. There you are. Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I'm using the browser Discord, so it's kind of funky.
Oh, got you. No problem. No problem.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like I feel like that you can have an adaptation of something and it be not necessarily hard adapting a story from a source material, but you can do something that's kind of like inspired by it. And that's what the first, like the Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evil movie is. And that's probably why it's one of the better ones, basically, is because I feel like it's not like a one-to-one recreation like anything from any of the Resident Evil movies, but I feel like it works well enough as a film, and it has enough connections to elements from the Resident Evil game, specifically Resident Evil 2. I would say the Resident Evil movie feels like an RE2 movie, and it's specifically about like, what if they made a movie about the Umbrella agents that were basically sent to retrieve the G virus? That's kind of what that movie feels like. It's like based around, but it's not exactly that, but it's mostly that sort of interpretation, basically, with some things changed around and whatnot. And it's like, I feel like in that case, it's like it's good enough. Basically, would I have preferred if it was more close to the actual Resident Evil 2 story and was just adapted very well? Yeah, I would probably prefer that in that case. But there's probably a multitude of reasons why they don't adapt it like one-to-one in a lot of ways. One is that it's just hard to like, oh, you're going to make a video game movie. What's it going to be about? Well, it doesn't, like, you don't want your video game movie to just be like watching someone play the game where it's just walking around and trying to open doors that are
that's what they fucking want. They want box pushing puzzle scenes. Unironically, they want to watch people do the goddamn crow painting room puzzle where you have to order them from young boy to dead man.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes like a film adaptation or like a book adaptation like hard to do, because it's like Resident Evil 2. I feel like Resident Evil 2 is a game that like you would have to fill in the blanks more, because there is characterization and there is plot development in Resident Evil 2, but there's not as much of it as you would have in like a more narrative heavy game like Silent Hill 2, basically.
Right.
And so that's where like writers and the film directors, they have to like
be creative.
Figure out how do we, you got to get creative. How do we like adapt this game into a movie and make it, a runtime of like an hour and a half or 2 hours, basically, and it not just be a bunch of random like scenes of shooting zombies and then like have little character plot points in between it, basically. It's like, and keep it interesting too, because you can have those things, but it also has to be like paced in a way that's like digestible in like a movie form as well.
And I always say, It's possible. I just don't think the right people ever want to do that. They never seem to want to do that. There's like two things that happens, I feel. It's and it goes into back to Anderson. What made the first Resident Evil movie so good, in my opinion, I view it to be good, is that it has almost more important things than being faithful. As stupid as that sounds, what does it have? Well, it has a director that has experience and people would consider pretty good. I mean, it's debatable, but Anderson has a style to his work, and he's done other movies that people like. But he had a good cinematographer. He had a good composer. Like, a bunch of important things that make up a movie, right? Like, that stuff is important. It's, you know, whereas if we compare the Netflix live action show where it's Wesker and his daughters, do you remember the composition in that? Do you remember anything like on a technical level about that movie other than the fact that it also was not faithful in any single way?
Yeah.
And then Welcome to Raccoon City. Do you remember the music? Do you remember do you remember the style? It just felt like a bargain bin movie. And also, guess what? It also wasn't faithful. Isn't that funny how that works? It's like, it's the most faithful. It's still dog shit faithful, but it's like the most faithful. Just so dumb. Nobody, like, that is a renowned, very capable director, in my opinion, wants to fuck with video game movies. They just view themselves as above it, because probably a lot of them are either normies or they're more artsy than video games or something, and they want to do different kinds of stories. They don't want to do an adaptation of some game to them. They want to do an adaptation of some classic novel, right? So that's the reason why we're never going to have the ultimate combination of everything I'm interested for once in this new movie, because whenever I saw the coverage or heard about Welcome to Raccoon City, I did not expect anything good from it, and I was right. It was terrible. It was horrible. Whereas this upcoming thing, it feels interesting. They didn't get some Netflix fucking director to do it. They didn't get some literal who exactly. Like, I think he's a newer director, but he's done something that people like. That doesn't necessarily guarantee that it'll be good. For all we know, it could be an absolute dud, but I do feel like it's interesting that we have more signs pointing to maybe we'll get something finally. A win, finally. And then I'll close off with this one more thing with Mina anyway. I'm gonna play the game, I swear. Looks like I'm gonna have to pull an all-nighter, but they finally, and people maybe don't believe me, but it did happen. It's not April Fool's Day anymore. I'm telling the truth. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 have now been put on Steam finally. I did not see that coming. Why the fuck did they shadow drop that on April Fool's Day? Is it a fucking joke?
Good question.
That's a middle finger to specifically me. But I'm happy because I want companies to support their own games, and even though you can physically play it, even though you can emulate it, even though you can play it on GOG, even though you can play it without DRM, it's on Steam, so I'm happy. Fuck off. And don't send me pictures of the goddamn games being like, no thanks. I'll play this. I'll take a photo of me with my physical copies too, jerking off on them. Shut up. I hate when people do that. I'm fuck you. Fuck off. Doesn't mean anything. I hate that shit. I'm a real fan. I have probably more copies. Do you have the Japanese copies too? Do you have the Japanese copies? Because if you don't, I don't think you're as big of a fan as me. Sorry. I'll calm down. But that's so great, guys. Yeah, it's got DRM. It doesn't matter. Buy it. Or emulate it. I bought it on GOG. I bought it on Steam. I did my part. Pats myself on the back. And I also have them physically. And I have them digitally on other things. And I have emulation. So I don't care if it's not the best version. I'm just grateful Capcom give a shit, and I'm gonna prove that I'm willing to purchase things that I bitch about. What's the point in bitching about a new Dino Crisis if I don't buy the new Dino Crisis? You know? That's my thoughts. What do you think, Mina?
It's like, yeah, I mean, ideally, I would not want the game to have DRM in it, because I think that sucks, especially for, like, I don't know, DRM in, like, a game that's, like, 20 plus years old is kind of, like, silly to me. But the fact that they are at least recognizing it and putting it on a storefront to
And
me is
not
better
haunting
than
ground. And not
doing.
haunting ground.
Yeah, I think it's better than them doing nothing with it, basically, or not putting it on as many storefronts as it could. I feel like it's better to do that than to just ignore it.
And now, where's the support for Operation Raccoon City? What the hell? The store page has acted like that shit's gonna be restored any moment. Where is it? Where is the Operation Raccoon City? How am I supposed to be able to collab it with Mina if you don't put it back on? But yeah, Capcom, I'm grateful, okay? But come on, Haunting Ground, please. It's a really good game. Wish they'd do that to first Silent Hill games. Nah. Be quiet. You're gonna buy your whatever her face is skateboard and you're gonna like it. What's her name?
Eileen Head skateboard.
Yeah. No ports for you. Eileen Head skateboard. Okay. Buy our statues. Buy our statues of the games we won't port.
I did see that there is a.
I was joking, Deep. I swear,
Okay.
I didn't mean to get aggressive on you. I was joking. I'm sorry. What if he takes me seriously?
There's like a PC I don't know if it's like a port, but I saw like a article recently that there was a it's like a PC like reconstruction of like Silent Hill 1 that's apparently like 90% completed or something like that. So you might get almost like an unofficial like port / remaster of like Silent Hill 1.
And then
PC soon.
Konami's gonna strike it down, and then they're gonna be like, we were gonna do that. We were gonna do that, and then they're gonna release.
Wait, why
it.
play the original? We got the Bloober remake.
Oh yeah, we got the Bloober remake. Why would you want to play it? I mean, what is that shit? It's all a bunch of dots and squares. Like I can't even tell what his face is.
Yeah.
But Mina, wow. Thank you for spontaneously coming on and letting me yap your ear off. I know that that is your favorite pastime and that it's been a long time since you've talked to me. But I'm going to kick you off because I know that you would be so much happier without me. No, don't beg to have me stay or whatever. No, you must go. Be free. Kicks you out of the nest. Do not beg. It is not becoming of you.
It's fine. I was gonna work on art anyway.
Oh yeah, you're working on your game. Mina's actually working on texturing their player character model, and it's looking good. They 3D modeled it. Now they're UV unwrapping and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
But if any of you liked what you saw, shout out Mina Crow. You have to wait 3 minutes. Can you shout out yourself? It won't let me.
How do I shout out?
Type
Is there an exclamation point?
slash shout out, then space, then Mina Crow. Exclamation is
I gotta
like...
wait 3 minutes. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I gotta wait 3 minutes.
All right, we're sorry. All right, that's Mina Crow for you. Here's a username. All right, Mina, go be free. I gotta be with my boys now.
Alrighty. Good night.
Good night, Mina. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, that was Mina Crow. But thank you guys for listening to our rambles. I live to serve and entertain. And I was very appreciative that you guys are so vocal. I always love whenever we're all passionate together. But I apologize. We have not played the game at all. The game that we're about to play. One of you guys linked it in the Discord, actually. It's called Birds Watchin'. I guess it's some I don't know if it's like a walkie sim, but it's a horror. I haven't really spoiled myself on anything about it. I haven't looked at any gameplay or anything, so it'll be us all going in blind together. So let me go ahead and move over to the game screen. How long did we yap? I feel like we yapped for 2 hours. That's only 1 hour longer than usual. I think it's inevitable that we always yap at least an hour before, like, getting into it. Right? But we gotta do, like, an official collab with Mina at some point. The last time me and Mina did a collab was... we were supposed to play Quake 2. Resume Quake 2. I was playing it single player for the first time. Like, my first, like, full playthrough of it. And we were on, like... the second stream of doing that. And then we realized, oh, Mame was debuted in her costume at that moment. I got my time conversion wrong, so we had to quickly end. And that was like, I swear to God, that was sometime last year, like July or something crazy. No, it would have been August maybe. But that's how bad I am about resuming any collabs. Every single person I collab with, if you're not on my ass about resuming the playthrough of the thing, it might not happen for a long time. So get on my ass. Jump up and down on it. Now we're going to play Birds Watching. Feel free to let me know if the audio is bad. So we're playing a new game. They have it advertised that there's another game that these developers have made regarding fish, which is perfect. Is this loud? Help! Woo! One day a summer fire broke out. Ah! Is that too loud for you guys? It seems a fire destined to burn out like so many others. Well, is it loud? Should I turn it down? I don't want to hurt you guys. I think I was the only reason you finished Super Metroid. I just kept asking about it. You probably were. If people aren't on my ass about certain things, it could be hard. It's fine? Really? Okay, then I turned it all the way back to 100. Instead, it consumed everything. Cities, forests, animals, and human beings. In their place, the fire left ash on the ground and black smoke in the sky. What remains of the world is still burning today. On the top of a mountain, a human being still lived. He did not know if he was the last, but he was completely alone. Is that us? Or almost? Dozens of birds have fled to the mountain. They were fleeing from the fire. The human being spent his days watching them through binoculars. It was a peaceful life. Was the mountain always on fire? Every day a tapping at the window woke the human being. It was a little bird. His little bird. I'm ready to watch them now. Only the little bird had allowed itself to be tamed. When he called it, the little bird perched on his arm. I bet we're the bird. And then we evolved. Kind of like the weird fish tadpole things that grew legs when we were all amphibians in the water. The human being had sewn a special glove to carry it around. He had even given it a name. He called it Bird. Bird perched on his master's arm as it did every day. Together they would stroll around the reserve. They would watch the birds. It was a peaceful life. Atmosphere's pretty cool, but it would not last. No. Oh, hey, my binoculars have, like, eyelashes. Oh, geez. This is not sensitive enough. Also, I have a complaint. Oh, God. We can't make ourselves move faster. Oh, geez. I feel like all smoothed and weighted, and I'm on a trackball. So this is me moving on a trackball. And this is me moving with, like, a normal mouse. Maybe I should switch. What do I do? Because I won't be able to tolerate this, I'll tell you what. I do have both plugged in, so this is the only way this is going to be manageable. I'm just going to have to move my stream deck a little bit. Also, hi, Blaze. This has, like, a weird, like, filter look. This looks like an Instagram world. Have you ever seen an Instagram filter that gives a kind of warm, sort of neon purple tint? It's like that. Oh, God! No! Oh, I was stuck. Bird compendium. Oh! Whoa! You had to click and hold it? Okay. So we're gonna be categorizing burbs. Kind of almost makes me think of Valheim. Valheim was a really nice game in terms of vibe and presentation. I liked that. But I was never able to get far into it. I never do unless I'm with, like, a crew who knows what they're doing, and we just kind of follow their lead. I would do my little task, I would do what I was told, and then they would take us to the swamp areas, and there was, like, bosses and stuff. The gate of your house. You haven't gone out since you built the little wall. There's no reason to do it now. Let me free! Is that no, not exclamation, check mark. I mean, what is it called? Question mark. Study. Craig Martin. Now, is that the name of a real bird? I heard that boys like birds. Nobody answers. Since you have lived on the mountain, no one's ever answered. Okay, I guess as we progress the plot, then we're just gonna occasionally do that. My friend categorizes and studies birds for a living. I've been meaning to go out on work day with her to take pictures of birds. You should do that sometime. Oh, I was wondering, like, why does this sound like a radio? But I guess it's like the burn-in. Kind of ignorant on that. Boys like bugs and burbs. Craig Martin. So we're gonna just study this bird. Do they have satanic eyes? Craig Martins are real birds? Okay, so this is gonna be a real bird experience. Yo, wait. This game has peak running. Look at this. Now that's what I'm talking about. If you're a trackball user, you're gonna have some issues, but in terms of running at least. Now this is nice. Wait, do we have stamina? Oh god, this game is a 0 out of 10. I'm just joking, it's cool. It's okay. Now what's the bunny hopping like? Oh, it stamina. Right, okay. Let's be close. This is kind of walking simmy, but it's got a bare minimum amount of gameplay to keep me a little bit engaged. That's my favorite kind. Like, if I'm gonna play a damn ass walking sim, give me a little, sprinkle me something. Love how the arm bob animation is 10 times slower than walking itself. It's like we're moving stop motion, or like we're like a mime or something. Location discovered, old farm. This has a cool vibe, and it is supposed to be horror. I bet it's gonna do like the cliche of when it's nighttime, then it's all gonna happen. It's all gonna be crazy. Oh, whoa. That's my little guy. His name is Bird. Hi, Calico. I love his satanic eyes. But uh-oh, he's not fully rested on my arm. Wait, he popped back onto my arm. I played Pokemon Snap as a kid. Would I play it as an adult? Like, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing like a little session of it. That could be kind of fun. Wooden sticks. The building materials that were in the shed when you arrived are almost gone. If you were to build anything else, that won't be enough anymore. You should cut down some mountain trees. There's a oh, well. One thing that we have is that we don't have any hunger meters or meters to manage. Cook them in every possible way. What the fuck? We, there's like a talking meter. Like, see that? Hello? Test? Okay, nothing's happening. Going to Hogwarts with that one. Speaking of Hogwarts, looks like the new one's getting kind of crazy. Like the actors are already getting death threats and everything. Kind of crazy. But also speaking of Hogwarts, one of these days we should play the PS1 Harry Potter game. It's composer, it's Jeremy Soule. It's like, I'm not closed-minded, like, maybe a new Harry Potter could be okay, but I just question if the production value could be as good. But I don't have as big of a stake in it. I only like the first two movies, and nothing's gonna match up to them because I don't think he's gonna direct anything else regarding the IP. But that's what I liked. I liked his style. Not so much the world that much. It's just all about the director. Those sets. Whoa. There's multiple birds. There's multiple of them. Why do they converge only sometimes? Are they all Craig Martins? What the hell? This guy's weird. He fucks off and then he just comes back. I was at my parents' house. They hide! I was at my parents' house recently. And by recently, I mean a year ago. And they were telling me how they have these beautiful bird families, but there's all these cats that chill around that wants to kill them. And then as we were talking about that, I looked over and I saw a cat literally just laying in front of us. We didn't even notice the damn thing. He wants... That cat wanted to kill the birds. What's... Ugh! What? How can I... What? What am I supposed to be higher? What does this flag represent? I just love all the grown adults that wish horrible things on a bunch of 10-year-olds. I think that's so funny. Do I have this bird already? Red start. I do. That's why. Okay. We got to the bottom of that mystery. All right. Let me. Where do I go? Okay. That's why I keep getting confused. I'm supposed to go up. Can't believe it has a Dark Souls stamina system. That's crazy. Where's my roll? Where's my roll slot? Nope. I seen through the walls. No, we went over there. And then we went here. And this is where a bunch of stuff was. It doesn't let us do anything with it. Oh, bag of greens. Probably need something for it. You've cooked them in every possible way. I would like to eat the birds. Speaking of birds... Which ones can you eat? Whoa. I thought that I was stepping on a mine. I was gonna die. Oh, oh! Swallow. I think that's a fake, made-up bird. Your radio intercepts a transmission, even with a new race. I repeat, civilization must go on at all costs. That's a bird. We can't see his face, so he's a bird. If you agree, answer the call. What did he say? I didn't listen. What? How do I... Today's a magnificent day. At last I find a promising recruit. Now we have a lot to do, you and I. How do I pick the different... Oh, here we go. I've only eaten duck. Duck and chicken. I think you can eat quail, can't you? What do you want? Shut up. What? I ask the questions. You only speak when addressed. He's doing like dummy play on me. It's not working. My name is Kyle, Brigadier Officer. I am the commander of a small group of selected survivors of the fire. The Kayo Brigade. We are following the path that leads to the highest mountain in the region, Gran Talk. You, if my calculations are correct, are transmitted by radio just from there. Do you confirm, recruit? Yes, sir. You forget that you must answer or an officer with yes, sir. Jeez. Some street food vendors here sell quail eggs. Ooh, can you like eat the quail eggs? You can apparently eat like ostrich egg. Well, I guess you could eat eggs from anything as long as it's like a bird. I don't know if you could eat like a crocodile egg, although I would love to try. If I were there, you would earn 5 lashes. This guy wants me. In any case, for now, the important thing is that we have established contact. Recruit, I am on a mission on behalf of history capitalization, the universal principle that determines events. I do not believe our meeting is a coincidence. I enlist you in my brigade by extraordinary measure. Okay. Welcome to Kaio's brigade. I assign you the rank of corporal. Okay, so there's like... I don't remember how high corporal is. I think it's pretty high. Okay, so probably there's like no brigade. It's like one other human maybe, 4 birds, and me. I'm gonna just assume that. But hey, I like having a high rank of media. I have a mission for you. Part of the operation to occupy Grand Talk. At your order, sir. I love that they let us be like a little role player. We could just be endearingly stupid and compliant. Or we can be a silent pro tag. It's the lowest in listen to rent. What? I forgot what? Really? Damn, I thought that shit was strong. I don't, what were we talking about, corporal? I don't even remember. I don't pay attention. Not to anything I say. At your orders, sir. I like how you think, son. It calls for a rapid climb through the ranks. I am leading the brigade up the mountain. According to my intelligence, there is an old, disused fortress up there. Fort, talk. Wow! Military importance, none. But that fortress should contain a large reserve of canned food. What if the game's going to do something like I'm in tutorial mode and I'm not going to have a hunger meter until I learn the concept of eating? Then I have a draining meter. I thought I was bird watching. I want you to find that food and to notify me by radio when you find it. This is the mission. We will arrive today and we'll keep you updated on the time. I want the mission completed before my arrival. Otherwise, you will be expelled from the brigade and as useless, eliminated. Brigade, over and out. Okay. Help! I can't move! Pet him. Pet him again. Master, don't listen to Kaio. Please don't listen to him. Ah! I should do the yell option. Bird, you're talking. Yes, master. I speak. For you alone, I decided to break the rule. For me? You have lived on the mountain with us for years. You admire us every day, making us feel special. I consider you a friend of Burb. A friend of mine. But that's not what I have to tell you. You are in very great danger. Kaio will show no mercy. You must fight him. He's the first human being I've met in years. If I help him, he'll let me join his brigade. This is such a, like, makes me think of, like, Resident Evil 1 dialogue, if that makes sense. Where it sounds, like, endearing and, like, aloof. Like, that's Jill, in my opinion. I guess I'll just mention this. And that is terrible luck, Master. All humans are disgusting creatures except you. That is why you must not let him set foot on the mountain. That dude did seem unstable. But you can't do it alone. You must gather your allies and stop him. Allies? What allies? You're true. Only fans, Master. The birds. So go talk to the birds. I'm not the only one who speaks. We all speak. And they all watch you, Master. You just have to watch them with your binoculars like you do every day. Then say the password. Chesnifif. What does it mean? I can't tell you, Master. But just know if you say it, the birds will speak with you. Explain to them that you're in danger. That the whole mountain is in danger. To find enough birds, you can't stay within your home's boundaries. You must go out, Master. Open one of the gates and go out. Which gate? Upper gate leads to mountain trails. The lower gate leads to the lake. Obviously, I want to go to a lake. Don't waste time trying to talk to birds you have watched already today. Look for strangers, that's all. If you need advice, Master, call me on the glove. So that's kind of cool. The game's telling you not to just backtrack and just redo the same birds. They're just saying find new ones. I'll be right back, though. I'm going to switch over to my chair. Even though I don't feel like my back's quite up to form, my legs are about to collapse and die. It's option 3. But I don't tend to play too long, because we kind of did a little bit too much yapping, more than usual. More than usual, and so that ate up some of our gaming time. It wouldn't have been so bad if I was able to actually stream when I initially planned to. RP Adventure? I'm sure not. I'm sure it's just looking at birds still. But I admit I did not expect a narrative. I didn't expect a narrative or anything like that. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of mechanics. So that's cool. I don't really have anything against that. I will help you to the best of my ability. That's all for now, bird. We should trust the bird, even though they're probably, like, toxic and they don't want me to ever better myself or ever be in a healthier situation. My throat is doing a lot better. Was I hearing echoes from my footsteps? Oh, I bet it's because I'm walking on this, right? Oh, no. Can I... Ha! Alright. Leave the old farm, watch for birds, find the food for... Ask the birds how to face Kaio. Alright. I do like that this is kind of autumn set, right? Like, well... Not exactly. I guess all the trees are green. They just have a stylistic, sort of warm hue to them to make it look a bit dreary. It does look like we're kind of in a sickly world, but I guess the whole like mountain burned to death, so I guess you could view it as just a toxic sky. It's polluted forever. Do I... Oh! How can I help you, master? Who are you? I am myself, master. I am your friend, your burb. But what did you do before? It doesn't matter, really. I want to know. I'm a bit embarrassed, to be honest. I don't remember. It's as if the fire had taken away my memories, too. How convenient. The amnesia trope. What do the birds think about your fondness for me? They do not share it, but I do not care. Feelings are more important than any judgment. So the other birds don't like me. I don't want to do this toxic response. I agree. Much better to talk about you. Oh. Nah. Did I accidentally pull out the bird? Oh, I did. Okay, that's what happened. Amnesia. Ah! Yeah! Dead. My bad. I'm struggling a little bit. Yo, I'm already filtered out. Like, I can't go anywhere here. I'm supposed to look for gates. Maybe that's my issue, is that I'm not using my eyes. Oh, here we go. That's a gate. That's a fucking door. The gate of your house. You haven't gone out it since your little wall. Open it. Leave the old farm. I don't know if the time of day is actually going to come into play. Like, be a real mechanic that matters. What is this supposed to mean? Is this like a landmark? I got actually mildly freaked out. I thought that was like a silhouette of a person. Is this going to be one of those... Oh, wait, no. I thought it was going to be one of those games where you have to go to the physical map in the world to see where you are. Oh, look at this. This is how most games are. Most games are nice and they show you where you are on the map. It's not going to be like, what's the game called? Easy Delivery Co., where you just have to learn the environment. Oh, what the hell? That's a cardinal. That's the bird Mina likes. I was going to say fish, but that's not a fish at all. Chesneviv? Ah, so Bird revealed the password to you. Stupid chatterbox. What do you want? A man... The mountain is in danger. It always has been. We live surrounded by fire in a world your kind destroyed. Did you forget? I'm confused. I thought an ad just finished. I thought it said an ad finished. Oh, I know. It was a timer. No, I don't know. Understand. We live surrounded by fire in a world your kind destroyed. Did you forget? You're the only one who thought you were on vacation here. Listen, I just want to be left alone. Go bother some other bird. Fuck, he's so cool. I actually kind of dig the dialogue. Also, hello, Yellow. But I like the dialogue flow. Something about how everybody talks, everybody's attitude, I kind of dig. Dad joke, what do you call an airplane full of bald people? Receding Airlines. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. How did you come up with that? Whoa, I can't look up or down. I'm like a dog. I can't look any direction at all. Receding Airlines. Receding Airlines. I think bald people are sick. In a good way. Not sickly people. Just like sick as in cool. I have no idea what this means. What language this is. There may be somebody in chat who knows it. Is it Spanish? Is it Italian? Italian? You think it's Italian? Nice water. If this game gives us a boat later, this will be Kino. Worms. Give me that. Oh, I click. I'm so used to pressing E to pick things up. Carlo, I'm sorry, but I can't stay with you until the end. I don't want to end up like the others. Enjoy the lake for me too. I love you. There's a small note in the margin. Read the note. Before you enjoy the lake, please remove my corpse. Sure. I'm happy that we went the way of the lake, because there was, like, apparently 2 gates that we were able to go through. And I really didn't know which one was which, but I like the water. That's a woodpecker? This music is so cool. Oh, it's a hoop. Chazniv. What did you say, asshole? The password? The bird's password. Do you think you're a bird? Get out of my sight right now, or I'll shit in your mouth. Fuck you, bitch. What are you gonna do? Oh. Master, I'm sorry about these first meetings being so unpleasant. I should have warned you. Not all birds see it the way I do. I mean, you did warn us, but maybe this dialogue is meant to be like fixed dialogue because they don't know if the player is going to go through all the tree that we went through earlier, because it was optional. I summoned the bird and it just gave me a bunch of various dialogues that I can initiate with him. So, don't lose heart. You'll see. You'll find birds willing to listen to you. Alright. Don't lose hope, Master. We will stop Kaio and save you in the mountain. Corporal. It's Corporal or... Yeah. We are proceeding at a brisk march. How is your mission progressing? Yo, this is the most military that we've been ever since debuting with Conscript. Which we didn't continue, but... Literally, didn't they announce a damn remaster of it, like, after or something? So, we'll get around to that eventually. I'm just still stuck on playing, like, little casual commie games. Especially because I initially intended to stream today because I kind of wanted to relax because my throat and my back hurts. So I just wanted to kind of do a lower energy stream. But then I had a bunch of stuff to talk about, and then I yapped too much, and then I brought my minions on. How is your mission progress going? I'm trying, but it's difficult. It doesn't matter how difficult it is. What matters is you keep trying, Corporal. Are you plotting against me? Honestly, yes. I didn't expect you to be so direct. I respect that a great deal, Corporal. I'll speak more directly as well. I don't expect to take grand talk without a fight. I understand if you want to resist me in my brigade, but the information I have, you're alone. You have no option other than to be killed. Perhaps you think my speeches about history are the ravings of a madman, but mine isn't theory, it's practice. I survived the fire, the chaos, and the violence. I wasn't born chosen. I became it through my sacrifices. I am alive, and I will continue to live to build something resembling a dignified life for me and my brigade. I need to see your brigade. I know they are birds. That's why I need that mountain, your mountain. I once offered you the chance to join us and survive. Will you join me or will you resist you? I'll just trust my bird. Hope you'll change your mind. I assume that you will. Well, my bird's sick and cool, so... Whoa. It's really hard to see. Wait, is that it? Ooh. I don't know if any birds chill out in caves. They have like a sparkle sound for the worms. It sounds like the BioShock interactable sound effect. Whoa. I knew it. I knew there was gonna be like bird-human hybrid people. His brigade is his bird wives. This lamp is kerosene, right? It's kerosene? There's gasoline. The birds wouldn't be able to handle my girth. They not knoweth what they asketh. Oh god, maps. Huh, what's this? Oh! Oh! Is a seagull that's... Fuck! It's a seagull, right? Oh, it's a gull. I'm stupid, never mind. Oh, come now, young man. Don't use that word. It's rude if it's not in a bird's beak. What do you want? A man named Kaio is coming to hurt me. We truly believed you were the last human being. What, is he a seagull? We were very disappointed when we discovered there are others. One of you was bad enough. But again, I'm digressing. I can see from your look that you are desperate. Seeking help. I will help you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know the swamp at the foot of the dam? No. It's right at the foot of the dam. Check your map if you're unsure. At the edge of that swamp, there is a burrow. It leads to a fissure in the mountain. It's a silent and quiet place. Then, plant your hands on against a big rock and smash your skull against it. Smash it again and again. Your problems will end. You'll never have to worry about Kaio again. He's pretty edgy. You a 2000 bird? You a 2003 bird? I want to live. You are not a bird, young man. You have neither feathers nor a beak. You are a human being. Your kind tormented us for centuries. When the world ended, even though we were forced to survive on this mountain, we birds were relieved. They went extinct, we thought. Instead, you arrived with your binoculars. Let me be frank. We were just waiting for you to kick the bucket. Now, if you'll excuse me, I had to get ready for the 5 o'clock worm and stop using the C word in the presence of honest birds. Is it too banal to say good morning? Bitch, you asshole! Master, I'm truly mortified. This wasn't supposed to go like this. What? You stupid bitch! What do I do now? It's not your fault. Actually, yes it is, Master. I was naive. It's not enough that I see the beauty in you for them to see it too. As that bird said, they don't consider you one of them. They consider you like an invader. Like Kaio. We have to improve their attitude towards you. I'm a faker and I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is so hot. I'm really happy that you're him. How likely are you to file a restraining order on a problematic chick asking for me? We have to improve their attitude towards you. While you were talking, I gathered leaves from all over the mountain. I smeared them in resin. They're very sticky now. Take them. Alright. What you have to do is undress. See, I have to fornicate with the bird. Completely naked. What? Clothes are a distinguishing sign of a human. This bird, I understand the narrative now. The game has me have a friend who wants me to fit in so badly that they will encourage me to change everything about myself. But then I will become a bird more than a man, and they will lose what they loved about me. And then they will leave me. But it's my own friend that destroyed me. But I'll do it, because it's the game. Have you ever seen a bird wearing pants? Swallow. From like Sonic Air Riders or whatever. Sonic Riders? Sonic Riders. Air Riders Kirby. Finally. Cover yourself with leaves. If you want to be my Latina pumpkin... Latina? Yeah, I do want to. Finally, cover yourself with the leaves. Now I'm a little bit ethnic, you guys. I got a little bit of spice to me. Finally, cover yourself with the leaves. Be careful that as little skin as possible shows. But why? Because they have to forget that you're pink and smooth. That's all. Are you ready? Yeah. Hi, BB. What's going on? What'd I miss? What happened? Wait, their viewers just joined. Huh? How do I get down? Oh, I keep forgetting that it's like the arrow keys. Alright, I'm gonna become a bird. And now I'm naked. Huh? I'm crazy. I saw... What happened? They were in the YouTube chat and they disappeared. That's not... What happened? How did they disappear? I hallucinated her. I guess. Weird. Hold on, let me check what's going on. Oh, I think we got rated on YouTube. It didn't tell me. And then your text disappeared, but hi. I'm playing a bird game. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna become a bird. Do we get to, like, see ourselves in the reflection? I'm assuming not. Everybody yells at me in this game. I've been barely able to watch any birds. I just get yelled at them. Oh. What's happening? Did the game break? Hello, game. Yeah, I think it broke. I have a blue sky link. I have a blue sky link. What, we gotta do that all over again? Like, how does saving work in this? It's all autosave. Or maybe every time I end, I have to just... I start back here. There doesn't seem to be, like... Did I already talk to you? Well, I don't know if I'm a bird or not. Good morning to you, lovely days, and as lovely as it can get when you're trapped waiting to die by suffocation, of course. Look at tasks. Yeah, but I haven't been looking at that because I got distracted by all the dialogue I was going through. I didn't know if anything on the task refreshed or not. You're new, aren't you? Lovely feathers. How can I help you? Oh! Okay, so I am a bird now. So it did save my progress. The mountain is in danger. I've lived in better places. The neighborhood here, by which I mean that crazy human with binoculars, leaves something to be desired, but I won't let it fall into the hands of a band of resource raiders. I'm basically LARPing as a bird, yeah. I will help you. I heard someone was trying to mobilize the neighborhood. It was you, wasn't it? No? Indeed, because you are a truly distinguished bird. See, it was bait. He was trying to see if I would out myself. Not like that unhinged one who bothered my neighbors. I like you. I'll talk to the rest of the neighborhood to change their minds. Did you see, Master? Your new feathers worked. I didn't think it would work. It just needed a little embellishment. Now the birds see what I see. Your pure, clear beauty. We have to talk to all the others. Why'd you out me in front of him? That flying bird that was passing by didn't have a question mark around him. I guess we're just supposed to see that something's over there. I'm surprised that I wasn't able to cancel my run. It seems to only cancel if I completely come to a halt. Ow, my ears. Oh, right. This is the one where they want us to find the body before we explore the lake. So is the corpse... I think that the corpse is alluded to being at the lake. Like, on it or something. I have such lovely feathers. Oh my god, thank you. I do have a... Oh. I do have a bird. OC, technically, that's part of my lore, so technically... I'm not a bird, but I got one. No! Is this one of those games where I can break physics and just run up slopes? What if I crouch and, like, treat it like stealth? You're the true hedgehog faker? Cool. Speaking of, I need to get back to restarting that for stream. I mean, I played it a ton off stream, but when I tried to stream it, I was going through a weird time. I didn't get to finish it on stream. I need to. I love that game. I actually never beat the final campaign, though. I've always, like, played Hero and Dark 5,000 times, but never made time to play the final one and actually, like, finish the game. I guess that bird's just not gonna come back. Get up. I'll just keep going upwards here. So it shows me, like, my character's mouth moving, or a character talking, based on... Oh, I get it. It's based on how much sounds I'm making. It's not my mic, it's like my footsteps. Sonic is taking you away from me? Is he saving me? Speaking of Sonic, now I want to eat a Sonic burger. Nah, I thought it was just gonna be like a little indie game where you just like collecting bird data, but there's like a whole like narrative, and we're trying to become a bird. What does this say? Saint Mary of the Snow. There is a plaque at the base of the statue. Our Lady of the Snow, you who sit high among the heavens, you who watch us from above with mercy, protect me along this path to ask forgiveness for my sins. To beg for access to the Father's house, grant me tears. Ooh. Anything else? One bird would probably tell me to go hang. They're so mean. Huh? Read all of the plaques. What? Because I read this twice? Alright. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but I mean, hell, we already ran into a glitch earlier when it put the past him to be another one. But I would say, like, game feels good. I don't really have any complaints. This is... I guess it's... Do I say it's better than what I expected, or it's different than what I expected? I don't know if it's better. Does that mean electricity? Oh, no, 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 no. That sounds like that deep bell sound that you hear in Half-Life 2 sometimes. Whoa! Whoa! That sounded like somebody was just right behind me. It's a... That's not a bird. That's some rotating thing. It's gonna electrocute me, right? I probably need to wait until I have something. Did you finish that Chilla's fishing game? I actually did not. I was enjoying my time, but then I think something came up and I went off and did something else. I've been meaning to make time to go back to it, but Subnautica was kind of my plan, because that's the one that I've been neglecting the most. Another game I was enjoying. Oh, look, a bird has arrived. Quote, I bet you'll tell me now that the mountain is in danger, or that a bad man named Kaio is coming to hurt you. You'll beg me to help you. Are you done? Not yet. If I refuse, you'll whine a bit, indignant. But I live here, you'll say. You can't let me die, you'll scream. Do you realize how pathetic you are, human? I'm just gonna be quiet. Did covering yourselves in leaves seem like a respectful idea to you? You have no respect for the bird traditions. You disgust me. Okay, so look. I have like 1.5 bird in my DNA. Like my great-great-great-grandfather was a bird. And also, I have like one bird friend. So, am I okay? Yeah. But everybody in this game is so mean to me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to lunch. I've got worms on the table waiting for me. This game, okay, I will say this game feels like more, I guess it is. Is this an RPG? I guess it's an RPG. No! No, no, no. He's just gonna give me an upgrade. Close to fallen, really? The bird sounded was like in the room right with me. It's kind of all in your ear. Feathers aren't working, bird. No, master, that's not it. It's not that they're not enough. We have to do more. The birds that remain are very suspicious. What do you say we appeal to their love for tradition? I have some worms here. Normally you'd give them to us to eat. I think it would help if you ate them. Just this once. Will you eat these worms? Yeah. Pinch your nose, master. They say it helps. Here's a first handful. Nah, I'm safe around the cliff. You have to eat more, master. It being in my ears is triggering me.
Names of our friends.
Thank you for the follow. The bird's just gaslighting. The bird is really toxic. I feel like maybe I should have listened, you know, I should have listened to the one who was outwardly crazy, the human, because the bird has just been slow burn crazy. Like, he's clearly crazy too. But the bird's always stood by me. Ugh, I'm turning this down. Jesus. Pretty cool. I don't feel very well. Don't let them see you're disgusted. We'll say you were practicing for the little ones. I hope you feel full. Those were all the worms I had set aside. I'm not gonna be mean. And now, it should be enough, master. Let's hope we've convinced the most skeptical ones. But there's no point talking to that one, because he already knows. What does this mean? Oh, what if it's... Is it related to the map? It also hasn't become nighttime at all. Maybe it just takes a long time. If this monument also has a plaque, then wouldn't it mean that we don't deserve that one achievement? No, it's just worms. What? Wait. There's a plaque at the base of the monument. The Piedmont region in memory of the fallen of the Great War erects this monument in perpetual memory of the noble sacrifice Soren on the summit of Grand Talk. History will not forget you. A list of names, surnames, and dates of death follows. It's 3:43 p.m. in the game. Okay, so time has been, like, actually passing? The hell? Who are you? Whoa. What are you? No! Whoa, I must know who you are. Eagle? Good morning. I haven't said Chasniff in a bit. Carbon and hydrogen at maximum levels. What happened? You got something on your mouth, or am I wrong? It's just a little worm wriggling. When they struggle to get out, they're my favorites. So what did you want? Mountain is in danger. This is a mountain of respectable birds, yes, but determined. I won't let them steal it from us like that as if it were nothing. Yes, I'll help you. What are you gonna tell me to go die? Master, as you can see, the plan is working. Move on to the next one. It's just... would you maybe like to get rid of that little worm you have between your teeth? You know manners. Eat it. I'm happy you're starting to like them. Had almost lost hope, Corporal. I didn't think I would find a home for my men. How's... The air grows cooler as you climb. I don't want to talk to that man. He probably is a good guy, actually. Ooh. Oh, it was like a scary moment. That was kind of cute. I just think that the sound he made was silly. Is that a crucifix? Like bird Jesus? Now, if we were playing Fruit Bus, we would be able to, like, literally slide down this entire mountain and nothing would happen. There's no fall damage or anything. It's a bit absurd, but, I mean, I dig it. What's this? Wait, can I eat these? Oh, I was hoping that they could make it to where I could just eat my own supply. I hear, where is that happening? I can't tell, but there is a bird over here. Wait. Whoa. What? What, I got, like, at the shortest window imaginable? Blackbird. Chaznev. I don't know what continued exposure to these substances will lead to. What pain. You're cruel, human. I know Kaio is coming. I know you're scared. I already know what you want to ask me. I won't help you, fake bird. You can spare your pleas. I am a bird, too. You're just a madman who's covered himself in feathers and ate worms. Being a bird isn't form, it's substance. What is your substance? You're no different from Kaio. Kaio wants to invade my home. And what have you done instead? By the skies, you have a cultivated field, seeds, and you don't let us touch it. You and that damn scarecrow, you're an invader just like Kaio. At least he's honest. I could force you with the password. Of course you could do it. You could even kill me by repeating it over and over, but by doing so you'd prove my theory, wouldn't you? You'd be the same as Kaio. Want to be accepted as a bird? Prove tenacity. Stop whining, and now leave me. I want to enjoy the peace while it lasts. I'm sorry, Master. Truly, I'm sorry. You did your best, wait, I should just start crying. Master, no! He's enabling me. Don't cry, please. There's still one thing we can try. You need a beak. It's clear by now. But we have to make room on your face. We have to cut off your nose. No, that's not possible. There's no other solution. They can't see all that softness. Tenacity, said the bird. Show them tenacity. I called it. Told you, they're gonna make me a damn bird. Okay. I have to use my claws, Master. It's gonna hurt. Clench your teeth. Alright, now I have to break the bone. Clench harder. I just have to shift the bones a bit more. Clench your teeth like there's no tomorrow. Okay. He's gonna be like, I'm sorry, Master. I need to knock all your teeth out with a sledgehammer because we just don't have those. We're there. I'm done. Perfect. My bird doesn't seem to have faith in me. This is a really crazy nose job, though. Smile, master. You're a bird. Master? Smile. I'm happy. Yes, exactly. Cheer up. If I'm gonna descend into madness, I'm gonna at least be happy. Purple, I've reached the mountain. I'm speechless. The air is incredibly fresh. There's even grass. Grand Talk is perfect. Stay silent. You, on the other hand, are given a miserable display of worth, Corporal. Why have I still not received news of the food reserve? Hi, Psychic. Thank you for the raid. How are you guys doing? We're playing Birds Watching. It's a game about bird watching, but also a lot of other things, like becoming a bird. And a guy that LARPs is the military, just like me. Hope you had a good stream. What were you guys up to? Now more than ever, I need that food. You have until 19. Don't be afraid of that vandal, master. You've acquired a beak. You're very close to obtaining the bird's approval. Kyle is waiting for you at the gate that blocks the entrance to the mountain. There, the clash between you and him will take place when you're ready. Meaning, you have the bird's help. Go face him. Can I face him even now? Well, yes, you can go to the gate at any time, but why would you want to do that without the bird's help? It would be suicide. The Family Guy PS3 game. I didn't know there was one. I thought that there was like a PC one, but that's crazy. But if you're tired, please don't be afraid to go to bed. It is kind of late. I need to be going to bed soon too myself. What time is it? I'll give it 20 more minutes, and then I'll probably head out as well. Do you like me now? I've already talked to this bird, though. So, the gate that if I go to it, I immediately die. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know what this was. Okay, so the giant skull tells me that this is death. So now I know to like look everywhere except there. Okay. So, with that said, oh, that's a sign. Family Guy PS3 game, though. I can't even imagine how ugly it probably was. Which is why it was crazy that the, Futurama game was actually weirdly decent. Just a little bit dull. Like, not bad, just a little bit mediocre. If it cooked a bit longer, that game could have been kind of sick. Hallucination. That was temporary. It doesn't look terrible. It's just a really dumb third-person shooter, like Destroy All Humans. Aw. But I'm assuming not as good. Who do you play as? Stewie? Probably Stewie. Hello, first name, hi. This is how I got here last time, right? Like I went through the cave, then I should keep exploring. You play as Brian and Stewie? What, you like alternate between the two? Do they have two different play styles? Different weapons, and you can swap between them at any time. Okay. What a nice beak you have. With such a beautiful beak, you shouldn't look so sad. You're the one who wants to create a neighborhood coalition, right? To oppose the human. I'll help you, and I'll tell all my friends to do the same. Master, careful. You might have gotten an infection, but you finally have the bird's unconditional approval. You did it. Are you ready to fight Skyo? All you have to do is go to the old gate. There are still birds you haven't spoken to, though. Maybe you want to find them, too. Just be careful about the time you have left. Whoa! 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 What the fuck? Oh my god. I go crazy when I look at him! Whoa! Whoa, he's on my ass. Whoa, I like this insane status. Whoa, this insane effect. Whoa! 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 I have the light. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that was crazy. Attention. Oh, if you click it, oh. You were approaching fort to talk. Impassable military area and training ground. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we didn't go here earlier. Oh. We didn't go here earlier when he was there. So he might have looted everything. Robin. I'm listening to you. But please don't say that word anymore. It hurts me. I was watching how fascinating the smoke plums are. 12? Watched them hundreds of times, and yet I still find them relaxing. Incredible how even the end of the world can bring something good, huh? How come your feet are clipping? Why are you wiggling? I'm looking for help against Kaio. Other birds told me about it. It sounds really scary. I understand why you want to do something about it. I'll gladly help you. And when this is all over...
Names of a friend.
Thank you for the follow. We'll enjoy a nice warm cocktail. So, when do I have to, You hear that? There was like a whispering in my ears. Can I read that? Oh! Whoa! Whoa! I didn't know it was like that! How are you doing tonight? It's actually really early in the morning for me. I'm gonna probably go to bed soon. I was gonna, before going to bed, either watch more X-Files or I'm gonna watch more Urban Rescue Ranch videos. I think I'm a little bit behind. He's uploaded a tiny bit more than I realized. His, oh, you know what? Remember how I was telling you that he has a big giant crocodile? So I watched the video, and it's not even just a crocodile, it's a Nile crocodile. That's insane. Nile crocodiles are scary. All crocodiles are scary, though. I'm actually just getting started. I'm on the first season of X-Files. I've been just delaying it for a really long time because there's just so much content. But I'm taking it slow. So far, I like it. I feel like the characters have good chemistry. I like the music and presentation, tone. It's aged really well. The only thing I think is funny is just the high rate of how often they actually come across aliens. I thought it was going to be a bit more dragged out, you know? But it's like, nah, there's aliens in every single building, every street, every day. Whoa! 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 That dude's crazy. Ever heard of the switchblade alien? So I am on a time limit, which is unfortunate. I do have a map. And if I used it, that would actually be probably good. No, you damn bitch. Oh. This is a goldfinch. Chirp, 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 chirp to you. Today, that weirdo human was going around asking for I don't know what, charity or whatever. But I don't give anything away. What's mine, I keep. So what do you want? Mountain is in danger. They want to take it from us? Never, as long as I breathe. I'm with you. It's time we put a stop to trespassers. So I wonder if professionals play this game, that they know how to speed run and know how to get like all the birds before going to Kaio or whatever. I guess that's where the replay value is going to be. Things to do before starving yourself to death. Masturbate, done. Piss on the floor of that selfish son of a bitch from the farm, done. Play a game of tic-tac-toe with my bird friend, done. You had a bird friend too? The game glitched again. What is the context of whenever it crashes like this? This is the second crash. I really like the nuances to their mannerisms and personalities. I find them to be very colorful characters. Way better than I expected, but I didn't have any, like, I didn't have low expectations or anything. I guess I'm just really impressed, you know? Whoa, 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 almost jumped off. Oh! We actually have a decent amount of birds, but it'll probably be something like, oh, you can't get the best ending unless you have all of them. Oh, oh shit. Where am I? I need to, okay. I need to see a skull so I know where to go. Oh, there's only one main big gate. Okay. Hold on. What am I looking at? Okay. And then there's like some monument thing that we haven't explored. And then we go like, hold on, wait. I'm trying to figure this out. We go this path. Is this either blocked off and we can't do anything, or there is something cool? Don't waste it. Who are you? I am Brigadier Kaio, commander of Kaio's brigade. I am a soldier and a humble instrument of the laws of history. You didn't answer my question. There is no need to say anything else about me. If you want to know what I was before the fire, it is not relevant. For example, I don't care what you were. I only care about you now as the most recent addition to the brigade. I would really like to know more about you. Everyone wants to know the intimate secrets of the one who commands them. I'll tell you more since you care so much about it. But only after you've proven yourself a worthy member of the brigade. No, because I'm going to become a bird, so... What is this? Temperature measurements at the old tunnel. 46 degrees, 46 degrees, 46 degrees, 46... Blah. I don't know if I was actually on fire or if I was just having bad memories of fire. Whoa, it's that guy. He kind of pops on and supposed to unnerve me, but he fucks off most of the time. But one thing that's nice is that there's quite a bit of X-Files content, so I'll have something to do for the rest of the year, how long it takes me to get through it. I'm not intending to watch all 11 seasons. I want to watch like 4 or 5 and then I'll probably call it. But I mean, I suppose I should see for myself when it starts dipping. I got the heads up like, oh, it starts dipping around this point. But maybe I'll like season 6 and 7 or something. I don't know. I'll just see. I'm used to every show goes to shit eventually, especially if it's like lasting too long. Or not necessarily going to shit, but tone shifts or whatever, because I mean that's what happens with TV shows. Like different writers come and go, different directors come and go. Even in like a first season, you'll like have multiple different directors. It's never like just one guy directing every episode. All right, another show that I mean to balance is Severance. I haven't made any time to watch episode 2 since it started my kind of reattempt to get into it. But I don't know if I have time to balance X-Files and Severance. And I've been dedicating a bit of time to Invincible. I'm actually trying to find the gate. I am going to the right gate, right? I'm completely, utterly lost. It's okay. Whoa. Oh. Okay, where am I? Okay. What do all these, like, squiggly line stuff mean? Is that supposed to indicate specific paths or roads? There's also not as many birds as I thought. Like, I thought it was going to be pages after pages, but it's just these. Which means that this is going to be a short game. I think if it was just a walking sim and bird watching game where you just marking the, I feel like it would be like a more lengthy game, which is kind of what I expected. I didn't know that this was going to be like a short little game, and then you have like replay value to get like the different endings. I didn't know it was going to be like one of those kind of games. Oh, how can I help you, Master? Oh, should I talk about the monster? I have never seen that creature. It was terrible, Master. You could have helped me. I have no excuses, Master, but if I was as paralyzed... If I were paralyzed along with you... Oh. Okay. I wish you could tell me which direction to go. I'm so lost. And I always go this way. But it's like, it just takes me up the mountain. Bird watching sim would go hard like Call of the Hunter, but you're just finding and logging birds. What's Call of the Hunter? I wonder if they have an ending for the G.I. Joe talkie guy. Probably, I'm sure they do. I don't know how to read this map. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to go the long way, and that's how I get to the gate. Oh shit, fallen. Am I stuck? Okay, so I have to go die now. I can't. I'm stuck again. Oh. I actually expected to just have to die. It also doesn't let you go into the water. Hi, Speedwagon. How you doing? Alright. Why don't we go the long way? No, because this is the bridge. Yeah, this is the bridge that I went, and then I fell and died, but that's not even where the gate was. That's just like a really long way that will eat up my time. Oh, no problem. Have a great night. And again, thank you so much for the raid. Playing it like how I play Doom when I'm lost. Okay, this is going okay. I mean, we did this before. Maybe I was just being stupid and overcomplicated it. Unless I can jump over there, but probably not. Okay. This is where the Birdman attacked me last time. Oh, is it there? There's a path. It's just hard to see. I think. What? Surviving. Did you wake up recently? Oh, here it is. Okay. And then... Am I... Okay. So... Wait. If I don't understand. If I go up, it takes me to the monument, but it acts like there's a path if I go down, right? Watch me get almost there and then my time runs out because it's nighttime. I was also wrong. It didn't need to be nightfall for scary things to start happening. Oh no, I'm trying. Is this... That's the one gate. That's the one gate. Oh no, we're going this way? Yes? Oh! I think we're getting close. Watch me die from fall damage. If I was going a little bit slower, I could probably find more birds for my bird army. Okay. Master, beyond this gate, Kaio and uncertainty await you. You may never see the mountain again, or you may return, but no longer the same. Whatever happens, you will pay the price for your decisions. You have convinced the birds to fight with you. You will not have a better moment than this. Are you ready? Open the gate. I'm ready. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I just clipped through. Okay. Skewered bird. They lured me with some grains. Okay, so a dead bird's talking to me, which means that I'm just crazy. I trusted them. They seem similar to us, but they are not birds. They are monsters, and now they have come to skewer you on a spit. Oh, fuck. Don't touch the food tick. Turn around slowly. I want my bird friend to talk to me. That's spooky. Oh. A human. But Jesus Christ. Leaves, worms. What did you do to your nose? Who the hell are you? Look at him. He's evolved. He's a more natural bird, whereas I'm a fake. I thought you were all dead, so you can never just have some peace and quiet. Who are you? Or what are you? Shut up. I'm the one asking the questions here. That means he's the guy in the radio. I told you he was gonna be a bird guy. First question, how many humans are there? Tons of them. More fresh meat for my beak. Second question, on this mountain lives one of mine. Where is he, and what did you do to him? If you answer truthfully, I'll kill you quickly. Was it that monster behind you who attacked me? Don't call him a monster, never. Anyway, no, not like him. He has to be smaller and able to talk. He looks like me. At least I think so. Wait. Chosen Corporal? Is that you? Kaio? You've always been a human being. But I thought you were like me. A reborn. You filthy piece of shit. You deceived me. Cry, humiliated. It was a misunderstanding. You deceived me. I would have deceived you. You've got some nerve. I don't know how you managed to survive until now, but your luck has run out. Today I'll kill you, and I'll wipe out the human race forever. Would you kill a soldier of the troop? I'm an unarmed civilian. There's no longer a civil or criminal code. There is no more law. I am the law. I'm not your enemy. You are, in a way you don't even understand, but I'll admit I pity you. Is he gonna hug me? Alright. Oh. What do you mean? Oh, I'm gonna be exiled. You will have to leave the mountain and go down into the burned lands. How am I supposed to live in the fire? I told you I won't let you live. I can't. History demands that humanity disappear. Be grateful I'm not having my troop eat you. Now it's time to carry out your sentence. Okay, but first, I would like to go through your RPG dialogue tree. Of course you have questions, but fine, I'll allow you to ask them. Consider it your last wish. Maybe I'm only allowed to have one question. What did you become? My skin withstands heat. My lungs absorb oxygen even from polluted air, and my bones are hollow, light. Wait, is he just a normal guy? Is he not supposed to be a bird? I'm much faster than a human being. I'm a creature chosen by history, by the future. What exactly is that monster? We're not supposed to call him that. What you're staring at as if it were a wild animal, is Vice Brigadier Geronimo. I sent him to the mountain ahead of time to scout the area. He found the fortress. And he found you too, from what I gathered. I wonder why he didn't kill you right away. For every contemptuous remark you make, I'll make you stay on the mountain 1 extra minute to torture you. For now, you're at 1. How did you manage to stay alive? By transforming. Around us, human beings choked or burned pathetically. Our bodies instead changed. Mutated. We melted and reformed in the fire. I don't know if it was the fire or all the chemical filth the blaze released into the air, but now we're something else. Alright, well... Actually, I'll be sympathetic to him, I guess. It was more pain than you can ever imagine, but it made us ready to face the challenges of the new world. I literally cut my nose off to have, like, a beak. Even if it left deep scars. Alright, I guess I'm ready to die. So, as a brigadier, I requisitioned the mountain and everything it holds. I sentenced you to exile for being human. I should have realized you were human. Only someone like you would have failed a simple mission like finding canned food. No matter, I'll find it myself. But what's that? Bird? The time has come, Master. Call the birds to your aid with a mighty screech. Did you give it a name? You shouldn't have given it a name. You end up getting attached to things with a name. Explain to me while you're talking to that bird. Is this some kind of scene to make me pity you? I'm just talking with Bird. Now I understand. But go on, please. Say goodbye to your friend before the grand finale. Thanks, actually. We'd like to finish talking. And thank you for this last little skip. My patience has run out. Get out. Instead, you will stay, Master. No bird gets left behind. Sound the charge! Alright. I guess I'll just freak out now. Have faith, Master. Now they will arrive. You are completely insane. And you're tiring me out. Vice Brigadier Geronimo, kill him. Vice Brigadier? Bird asked help. Bird help Bird. He's my friend. Kaio's monsters advanced clumsily and menacingly, but they knelt before the last human instead of attacking him. Then they closed in around Kaio with their beaks wide open. The Brigadier seemed insignificant compared to his monsters. He shouted orders and threats. Cool. Metal. But soon only his blood came out of his beak. The monsters slaughtered his body and devoured it. The mountain birds chirped all around. So we got the ending where all the birds help us, I guess, but I'm betting we're gonna get... There's like a perfect ending if you get all the birds. Kaio was a bird who wanted to pretend to be human, and he lost. The last human had given up everything in order to become a bird, and he won, and he became the supreme wild leader of the mountain's monsters, the birds. Thus the last human being died, and a bird was born. Where's my bird wife? Well, that was cute. It was a little game. I admit I was hoping for something like, you know, easy delivery. Well, easy delivery was like a lengthy game too, but that had a whole like kind of gameplay system going on. This game is, it kind of really is more of just a walk-in sim, and you talk to birds, and most of it's like, I don't know, it feels like pretty frequent dialogue that you go through. But, I feel like this was a cute, solid little horror game. I feel like this is, like, perfect for a stream. I don't regret it. How do I close out of it? There were performance issues, like, with the crashing. I don't know when this game came out. Hopefully they fix it, but it's not the biggest deal, because if you just, like, leave and go to the main menu and then come back, it saves all your progress, so it didn't ever set me back. If it did, I would have maybe called it and just like resumed later or something. Because I was at that point assuming that this was gonna be longer. Now, I could do it again. And I would if I had the stamina for it, but I am still kind of like physically recovering from all the shit I'm going through. But I say that, oh, you know, one day I'll get the other ending. I just don't know when that's gonna be because I have such a big backlog of games. But I like it enough that I respect to not just refund it, you know, just because I've already beaten it. Because I think I'm technically under the 2 hours, but no, I liked it enough. I respected it enough. And technically, if I ever wanted to play it again, I could also just take my time and walk around, I guess, although there's a timer. But I hope you guys like that game. I'll link it also for anybody who's, like, interested in it. Hey, technically, if you wanted to play it yourself, you would be able to kind of experience the other ending yourself without having it spoiled by me, technically. But now I kind of want a bird game. There's, oh my god, one of the tags is literally birds. On Steam, like a birds tag. Ooh, what's this? A bird watching notebook. Relaxing, building, atmospheric, casual simulation. This is kind of cute. Oh, is this kind of like, is this just a glorified wallpaper? I bet this is just a wallpaper. Oh, it's an idler. Ugh. We've been playing too many of those. Like, I'm not really into idlers. Even though you can play them manually, I feel like there's something about them that makes them kind of like, eh. Oh my god, I fucking forgot about Hateful Boyfriend. That was like the shit a while back. I never like really played it though. What are all these? More idlers, damn. There's like, in terms of the featured games, they're bird like simulation where you can be a bird flying. That would be actually kind of like a fun gimmick for people who like birds enough. I would want that, but for dinosaurs. Because for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm a dinosaur, and my other form, she is a crocodile. And crocodiles are also technically dinosaurs. Single player, multiplayer. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, oh, it's a visual novel. Oh, this looks kind of cute. Aviary Attorney, the hottest bird lawyering game to come out of the 1840s France. Join J.J. Falcon and his witty apprentice Sparrowson as the two take on clients, interview witnesses, collect evidence, and deliver justice to the guilty. I would not mind checking this out, actually. Oh, I didn't mean to add it to my cart. I'm gonna add it to wish list. I'll get it later. It's got a really cute animation style. Like, you know, vintage... no, at the moment, this track is from RE1 remake? Or is this from classic RE1? I'm bugging out. Yeah, I think it's classic RE1. I'm being silly. But, the art style of this game, I'm gonna link it for you guys. It's like those really detailed illustrations that you would see for like history, like a depiction of the Salem witch trials, or a depiction of infamous pirates and stuff like that. It's like got that art style, and then there's like slight like cutout animation to it, if that makes sense. It's really cool. Have you seen The Isle on Steam? It's a game where you can play as a dinosaur. I've heard about it. I just don't know what to expect with it, so I've never made the jump and gotten it. I have it on my wish list, but it's like 20 bucks at the moment. But, I mean, I'm looking at it. I like how when you boot it up, the first things that you see are carnosaurs and not disgusting herbivores. Shit, I should get this. People seem to like it. Oh, it's also early access. Interesting, check this out. So it has early access, an early access section, and then there's a note that says, the last update made by the developers was over 4 years ago. The information and timeline described by the developers here may no longer be up to date. So that's cool. If that's like a kind of automatic feature that Steam does to let you know that there's been no updates lately, it kind of can make you, you know, take a little bit of caution before you buy it. Also, hi Ziona, how are you doing? I am actually doing pretty good. I just finished at least one of the endings for the game we were playing called Birds Watching. It was a cute game. I kind of liked it. I wouldn't mind trying it out again. Now I'm just kind of looking around at other bird games. I don't typically play visual novels, even though I think the concept of them is cool. But one of these days I'll make time for it. Jetbirds. A time attack game where you race as a jetpack-powered bird. That's kind of cute. But what about, like, bird watching? I know. You know what? Wait. Oh, no. I don't... It's all being a bird. Bird watching. I'm gonna type bird watching. Bird watching simulator. This is free, but what's it look like? Oh, this is actually kind of cute. Wait, why did I add it to my wish list? It's literally free. I'm gonna go buy it now. Well, not buy it, but you know what I mean. Actually looks cute. Why would they make something like that free unless it's just really short? There's another game called Bird Watching that's coming soon. This is gonna be an Unreal Engine. Oh, it looks a little bit jank. This looks like it could be entertaining though, but it's not out yet. And then it just starts giving me stuff that has nothing to do with anything. Cafe, idle bird collector. I guess that looks cute. Futamata Ren AI 2 times the trouble. I don't see any birds. Red Riding Hood on all fours. I'm not gonna click that because the trailer's gonna automatically start playing and she's gonna be going like, ah, yeah. I don't feel like having that happen. I'm gonna remove this. Wait, where'd that bird watching game go? Where it is? Oh, I already added it to my library. It just didn't download. Okay. Bird watching simulator. I always add that to my backloggery so I don't forget. But I'm gonna go ahead and end here. I'm gonna probably get ready to just wind down and go to bed. But thank you guys so much for coming. I really enjoyed doing all the yapping. Sorry I got a little bit bored whenever we were playing the game, but I decided to like use the last hour to kind of relax and lock in. But here's my Discord. If you feel like joining my Discord community, you can be notified whenever I go live or whenever we do game and movie nights. I stream about like at least 3 times a week typically. And in terms of Discord party stuff, not this weekend, but next weekend we're planning to do, I think Sunday, we're planning, not this Sunday, next Sunday, we're planning to do a Dawn of War community night. And then in terms of movie watch party, we are supposed to watch season 3 of Spawn. I just don't know when we're gonna get to it, but we'll figure something out. Yeah, we're ending now, but don't sweat it. There's always more streams. And then here's my main Twitter, where I post ramblings and schedule stuff or skebs. And then for my Moe forums, because these are my big forums. This is my main default forums, and then my side forums are these. They have their own specific Twitter and website, which is right here. I have so many links, I'm sorry. And then here is my main overall website. Either website has a link to all my socials, lore, ways to support, whatever. I think I'm caught up on Invincible. The site that I was watching it on, it had all the episodes listed, but a lot of the videos were broken until yesterday. And then suddenly one of the episodes worked. So I guess all the titles were announced, but they gave the illusion that it was uploaded. Yeah, Okumama. I love Okumama. We're still cooking on the new costume, but I can't wait to be able to debut it. I'm kind of glad it's taken a little bit longer than planned, because if it was already finished, I would be going crazy not being able to debut it until like months from now. But that's going to be this December, probably early December. I want to be able to show it as soon as possible. It's going to have new original hairstyles, and it's going to have cute new outfits. Still in theme though. And then I think that's all my links. So let's go ahead and see who is around, who we can raid. What time is it? It's like almost 4. Lobotomy's playing Transliminal, but she's not playing Resident Evil 4, and that makes me angry. There's actually a lot of people on. I do not know who I want to pick. What's this? Raccoon coin something? Ooh, why don't we raid Hubi? He's playing Uma Musume something. I'm not into Uma Musume, but I think some of the horse girls are kind of cute. Oh, almost about to type raid Uma Musume, but no. Raid Hubi. Don't know. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. And also, the next time I stream, I'm gonna try to crack down and finish my Resident Evil 4 professional playthrough. It's my first time going through it on professional. Hasn't been hard at all. Also, hi, Sleepsy, and happy birthday again. I hope that you had a good one. Sorry I couldn't stay long. I kind of had to do a bunch of work. I thought I was gonna rest, and then I had to do a bunch of work. But now I leave. Wait, was I gonna substitute? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 professional. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow or if I'm gonna do it Friday, but we'll find out. Bye bye.